Okay, is this working? Hello, hello, hello. Thank you, Chief, for the subscription. Also, ow. I will be present. Hello, everybody. Hope everything's going grand. Let's just say hello to my guest for the night. Really? How's it going, you guys?
Hello.
Hello, Sai.
Yeah. Fix my sensitivity real quick to try and stop background.
Okay.
Oh, let me move myself over real quick.
That's fine. Let me just go like, why the hell did you guys hit me like that? Really? We just started.
Can you hear it still in the background?
It's a little bit that, but I got you turned down enough to where it's not bad.
Okay.
Everyone can hear you though.
Okay, that's better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Reaper, you good? So I am perfectly good. I got hit in the head a few times, but I am perfectly good. How are you guys? Hope you guys are doing well. And welcome back to Hot Takes. I know it's been a while since we've done one of these. Things kind of got in the way, but welcome back. Let us introduce the guests of today. Hello, Jeep. How are you? What did you do and how'd you get here?
Hi, I'm doing well. I don't know, apparently I was contractually obligated after leaving halfway through the last one.
I mean, a little bit. Yeah, I kind of had to. You know, you sign the contract, you gotta kind of fulfill that.
Yep, it didn't meet quota, so that's
you didn't meet quota.
Everybody, remember, never sign a contract for 5 M&Ms.
Oh,
yeah.
You only at 5? Man, we gotta work on your contract negotiation skills.
I mean, honestly, I gave Ray like 10.
Damn.
I may have stuck one out.
What? You
That's
stole
fine, no, nothing.
Wait, you stole an M&M from me?
Call it interest.
Interest for what? You have no interest here.
Not anymore.
Okay, I'm gonna have a cat. I'm gonna have a cat hat after this. But hello, Ray. Welcome. How'd you get here and all that stuff?
So I was in Pal World, and then next thing I know, I'm feeling the severe impact upside my head, and he actually got me in a damn Pal sphere.
Sorry, it was a wrench. You know, he thinks it was a Pal sphere. Technically, I just hit him in the head with a wrench.
It still hurt, whatever it was.
Well, yeah, I just found a wrench. I'm gonna be honest.
So, note to self: we have discovered Ray's weakness is wrenches. I am jotting this down for future reference.
Just get a bunch of wrench stuff to be thrown at you. That'd be amazing. How about 50? Yep. No, I'm not giving you guys 50 M&Ms. Those are mine. That's mine. Why do you do that, Sai? Because I needed someone to join, and no one else wanted to join, and he was just sitting there, and I was like, perfect opportunity. Hit him in the head with a wrench, drag him over here, and next thing you know, welcome to Hot Takes.
This isn't smaller episodes about it.
Wait, what?
This is one of the smaller episodes of Hot Takes.
It is one of the smaller episodes of Hot Takes. Got a little busy and everything like that. Plus, we were only planning to do this, you know, you guys today, considering we kind of wanted to make up for last week and then not being able to do it. Considering my internet literally fucking died, but that's besides the point. Welcome to Hot Takes, everybody. I hope you guys have had an amazing day, but now we shall start the actual topics if you guys are ready.
Yeah.
Just as long as you don't throw another pal sphere at me.
Probably will. Either way, it's not really
Hey,
illegal. Exactly.
Do we have the redeems that we did last time?
Oh god, give me a moment. I need to make sure I'm not an idiot.
You did
Okay.
in fact keep the pick a spin and everybody spin redeems on.
Yes. Why the hell is those still up? Let me fix those real quick. I'm sorry about that.
Surprise! This is an episode of Try Not to Laugh on the Silence.
We are not doing a try not to laugh right now.
Well, that would
Well,
add a very interesting element to hot takes.
Yeah, being able to spin on this would be fucking awful. Ugh.
It's like community voted worst take, guess the spin.
You would wish to get to spin.
I
Okay.
didn't know the Twitch app deleted them like live, like as you were doing it.
Give it. Oh yeah, give a topic. Pick a person to do that. Twist a viewpoint. Sweet. This should be up now. Yeah, all the topics should work. Why is there a black? That's weird. That's okay. Everything should be working. Nice.
Nice.
Okay, so the first topic of the night is something that happened a few days ago. So I'm pretty sure Ray knows this, but Jeep, do you know what Ubisoft said recently?
No.
So Ubisoft, as a company, well, not as a company, but one of the head of the guys, were basically giving up a hypothetical. But it's basically telling people to stop being used to owning their games via subscription services. Did you just chuckle?
Oh. Yes.
But yeah, so from what I know, so everyone's basically saying he's like, oh, we should stop being comfortable owning games. But technically, Asmongold went over the thing, and he went into it with a fine-tooth comb, and I also went over it with a fine-tooth comb, and I think they've come to the same conclusion Asmon did, is that he wasn't saying that as like the thing of, he wasn't saying it in the sense of that's what the company's trying to do. He was giving a hypothetical that if subscriptions were to become the normal, people would have to stop being used to owning their games. But the fact he even said that still concerns me.
No, yeah, no matter what, like, reasoning he had, the fact of the matter is, I mean, yeah, subscriptions are getting way out of hand. The idea that you can pay money for something and not own it.
Yes.
Like, the fact that I could, go pick up a product and the product is not permanently mine, despite the fact that I paid the price of a full product.
Yeah.
That is, like, the downfall of economics. Like...
So,
ridiculous.
Ray, what's your opinion on this? Because I'm pretty sure you have tons right now. Ray? Is Ray talking right now, Jeep? Because I can't hear him if he is.
Ray, you're muted.
Wait, did he mute himself? Please tell me he did. That'd be fucking hilarious. Oh no, I think his audio's dead on his end. Oh no.
Oh no, he's shaking his head.
Am I back?
Ow, that was loud, but yes, you're back.
I'm sorry, that shouldn't have been that loud.
That's fine, I got it. You just keep going, you're fine.
So, Ubisoft can go 40K with a cactus.
Seems kind of prickly, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, that's how that statement made me feel, because I am tired of paying subscription after subscription and getting worse and worse service.
Yeah.
Because if you think, just think about it back when, when the Netflix first came out.
Yeah.
Everything was in one place. It was really good quality. It was not all that expensive. And if you didn't want to watch something, you could just remove it from your recommendations and go to the stuff you liked.
Basically.
It was one-stop shop. It was good. But then Disney Plus wanted their exclusives. Or Peacock, aka NBC, wanted their own exclusives. Then Discovery wanted their own exclusive. Then Warner Brothers wanted their exclusives.
Yep.
And Crunchyroll wanted their exclusives.
Yep.
And now it's being $1 $15 or $10 $15 sub. you're paying $5 or $6 $15 subs.
Yep.
And then YouTube wanted their originals, and depending on what package you get there, that's anywhere from $15 to $80 a month.
Yep. So yeah,
why do we want this?
it's one of those things of everyone is done. How about it? If you're the subscription that's on top, you kind of get the most money. Like, let's put it this way. It's like being a storefront. Steam is the biggest storefront on PC. It rakes in dough. It rakes in as much money as it can.
And it's service agnostic. It does not care where the game is from. You can add it, even if it's a non-Steam game.
And that's cool.
But then you got your Blizzard launcher, which thankfully Blizzard finally figured out, hey, we might want to put our games on Steam too. That way we can get that audience without going through our launcher.
Yeah.
They figured it out.
But
Rockstar finally figured it out, and their current games are also available on Steam, but it still pipes you to the launcher, so they haven't totally figured it out.
Yeah. But yeah, the point about it is just in general, with so many subscriptions, I don't feel like you should, like, even with Game Pass, you still have the option of buying the game, you know?
Yeah, which I'm fine with it being an option, but even though they didn't use those specific words when they made this statement, the implication is stating the quiet part out loud. That is where the industry wants us to be, because they will make more money and they will have more control.
Yep.
It's, like I said before, it is such an economically backwards idea of if you cannot purchase permanently, instead subscribe to everything.
Yes.
Somebody making double the worth of something twice or multiple times.
And you know what pisses me off more? It's the company saying this. Let's be honest, Ubisoft is the company of mediocrity at best. Nothing they have made recently has either been good or bad. It's just been meh.
Yeah, mediocrity is a good way.
Mediocrity is Ubisoft. They're not good at. They're not particularly good at anything, but they're not bad at anything. Like, what is it? The Division 2 isn't bad. Yeah, like the best take I can give to fucking Ubisoft is meh. The meh and stop grabbing my wallet. That's it.
It's no Activision Blizzard, but yeah.
It's no Activision Blizzard, so they're not completely horrendous, but at the same time, they're not standout-ish, you know? They make okay games. There's nothing grandstanding. Yeah. And I think that's what's worse about them, is because they're so meh about everything. Because every single game from them isn't amazing, but isn't bad, so it's just like, they kind of get forgotten a bunch.
Yep, they make okay games. They're solid performers, but they don't really stand out in the crowd.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I haven't bought a Ubisoft game since I was just done being disappointed with Assassin's Creed.
God, I'm still disappointed about Assassin's Creed. The only
I hadn't got a single or a Ubisoft game until Legion gifted me the Division 2.
That's fair. The only game I kind of like right now that I did get was Ghost Recon Breakpoint, because they actually fixed that game. Like, that's a game that they actually fixed, so I'm actually really impressed with that one.
Yeah. I got Syndicate back and yeah, I played that, didn't like it, and I was just disappointed. I was like, I'm done.
I think the last good Assassin's Creed game was Unity.
Yes.
I actually really enjoy Unity.
Unity was so underrated.
Unity was, how about it? If it did not launch in a bad state, I'm pretty sure every single Assassin's Creed game, the entire Assassin's Creed, trajectory probably would have been different if it released fixed.
Maybe. I think they were going to go the same way they did.
I think they probably would have, but it would have been more like Syndicate Unity style than Origins, Valhalla, and Odyssey.
Even Syndicate, though, started to do, like, the way it was moving.
Yeah.
Was a little rough.
But I'm just saying, at least Syndicate was more passable than the others. Like, I have Origins and I have Valhalla, and the only thing that makes me want to play Valhalla is the fact I can change all the stuff to where I can just instant assassinate people and turn it back into somewhat of a stealth game.
Yeah.
That's literally the only reason I have Valhalla. Other than that, I don't play anything. And Mirage, hopefully Mirage becomes the standards, because from what it sounds like, Mirage is another decent Assassin's Creed game.
From what I've heard.
Yeah. Other than that, the rest of them just kind of meh.
But yeah.
But no. But yeah, the point about it is the company saying this is done nothing but mediocrity. And why am I gonna buy a subscription to nothing but mediocre shit? Like, if this is like EA talking, maybe I could get on. Maybe no, probably not. No, I would avoid
No,
it.
EA's worse. What do you mean?
I don't know. I was thinking of like Battlefield, and maybe it's like if
It would be less surprising if EA said that.
Yeah, it'd be less surprising if EA said that. If it was something like, I don't know, CD Projekt Red, maybe I could get on board with it. Maybe.
The only company that I can think of that doesn't have a bad track record recently.
Yes.
Is FromSoft.
FromSoft. If FromSoft did, I'd buy it. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, but you know.
Getting all the FromSoft games in like one big subscription, I'd buy it.
Yeah. I wouldn't have been surprised if Paradox said it because
maybe
they're already doing DLC subscription.
Yeah.
So I actually support that because it's, as I've pointed out in the map, if you did the subscription for Holy Sword, you have 2.5 years before the money's no longer better.
Also, we also have to give. I have to give subscriptions at least some benefit. Game Pass. It's when everyone mentions, and for good reason. It's a good fucking system. Like, it replaces Xbox Live Gold. It generally gives you hundreds of games to subscribe to. And generally, in overall quality, it's just, I think, one of the best gaming subscriptions out there right now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I like it as an option. What I draw the line at is when it no longer becomes the option and becomes the only way to get the game.
Oh no, I fully agree with that. But the point about it is this, is that right now as an option, I think Game Pass is the best. And like PlayStation's is the I'm trying to decide if PlayStation or Nintendo's is the worst, because I think PlayStation's right now is the worst due to the fact of they literally actively raised the fucking prices like assholes.
Yeah, Sony's been pushing the envelope for a while because they're trying to act like the industry leader.
I mean, acting like the industry leader is one thing. Raising the prices on literally everything you have after releasing basically one game last year and having everything else be utter flops. Final Fantasy 16 lost money because it was on PlayStation alone.
And it was still one of the best sellers on the console.
And it was. So, in my opinion, when it comes to PlayStation right now, they are hurt. I think 2023 was just a bad year for Sony. Like, their one game they had nominated didn't win anything.
Yeah.
But the only problem I have with generally with subscriptions is that I don't like paying for them all that much, and there gets to be too many, but everyone wants to be the subscription, so everyone's pushing for it right now.
I think the only way that current subscription culture goes in a positive direction is if we keep seeing bundles being made between them.
Yes.
Basically, alliances between different services to make bundles that are just better for everybody.
Probably.
Yeah, what they're going to have to do is do something similar to what Netflix did originally, and that is get everything in one place for one low subscription fee.
Exactly. Like,
But unfortunately, we are no longer in an age where that's possible because
everyone.
How do you split a $10 subscription between 15 companies?
Simple. You charge. Let's see. Let's put it this way. It's $10, right, for 2 companies. Let's say you pay $5 for each, and then you take another $5 for yourself. You get half of what you had originally, but now the person's only paying $15 instead of $10 for the entire subscription base. So they're more likely to stay around. And plus, it seems like a deal considering the fact it's only $5 each.
True, but the issue then becomes that each company can no longer sustain their servers off of that $5.
Well, that's why you have the buy feature, play that Xbox has. That way you get to actually, if they want to keep it on their stuff, they can literally just buy it from Game Pass.
Right, but the idea is that, or the point is, at a certain point, these Netflix got away with what it did because of the fact that it was the only one with everything.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
had
and it was the
all-
first major player.
Oh yeah,
They
definitely.
had all the money to keep up a service that is not profitable if you are not one of the few sharks in the water.
Yeah. I think.
Because those fish are fast, and you got to use a lot of energy to get them.
Yep.
And we're at the point now where, well, to use the fish analogy, it's at the point where the bigger fish now are eating the slightly smaller fish and becoming even bigger.
Big fish, small fish, fish. Sounds kind of fishy.
Thank you, Sai.
Yep. And that was about a little bit like seafood.
Yummy. So, honestly, do you guys have any other talking points about it? Because honestly, for me, when it comes to subscriptions, it's just kind of meh. I fear we're going to see more of them, but eventually it'll either die off or become the norm. Who knows?
Well, there is another aspect to it, and this kind of goes back to the power issue that is going to
Okay.
be involved in the subscription.
Mm-hmm.
Look at what Capcom's doing.
Oh yeah, Capcom.
Adding DRM to older titles, going on a crusade against mods, and internally categorizing them as no better than cheats. Even though they did say in a statement, or that modding is essential to the PC community,
Yeah.
if they are still going out of their way to copyright strike videos that featured mods on older games, that's kind of going behind their own backs and double talking what they originally said. Because actions speak louder than words. And if you have a company like Capcom, complete power over the title because it's on a subscription, I mean, who's to say they're not going to retcon a bunch of stuff and say, oh, you can't mod it back to the old stuff because this is what it's supposed to be?
I don't know. The thing that comes with modding is the fact of companies don't like it because they get, put this way and that way about it. They'll get headlines because of it sometimes, and they don't have any real control over the mods, and that drives them insane. To me, I think mods are the only way that keeps some games alive. Look at Skyrim. Look at half the other games made by Bethesda. The only reason they do any sort of good is because of the mods.
Well,
Wasn't
it the Capcom that said that mods could damage the company reputation? Like,
no.
How you're responding to the mods is what's damaging your reputation.
Yeah, let's be honest.
So, to kind of play devil's advocate here,
Go ahead.
One thing I will say towards that is I would point out the fact that such a thing has happened. If you remember the hot coffee incident,
that is fair.
A modded client was released, and suddenly Rockstar's got a fucking a riot of soccer moms out front of their door. there is genuine precedent for mods to cause issues for developers because at the end of the day, that is content on their game.
Yep.
Average mom or dad who's looking at a game doesn't realize what's a mod.
So
well, and my counterpoint to that is it's not the developer's responsibility beyond a certain point to educate every single person on what the mod is and is not.
No, it's not their responsibility, but
it is the parent's responsibility to actually get familiar with the comment or the topics that you're talking about.
No, it is, but to say that it is the parent's responsibility and expect every parent to uphold that is unfortunately never going to happen.
Well,
yeah,
it's not the reality, but it is the gold standard.
So at the end of the day, companies do have to decide how much they're willing to allow their modders to do, and at what point do they draw the line.
That's fair.
Drew it a little short, but then again, on the other hand, Bethesda's like, you know what? Just put the sex mods in. Who cares?
Guys,
have a whole website for it. Why not?
Literally, I swear, Bethesda games are the horniest. And with VR, it doesn't help. Let's be honest. Skyrim VR and then fucking Fallout VR have not helped the situation.
I was thinking of VR chat in that scenario, but
okay, VR chat is a whole other beast on that regard. Let's not even get into VR chat today. We'll do that another day.
If there are parents who are allowing people onto their kids onto VR chat, what the hell are they doing?
Hello, Bella Chan, and we're talking about mods because Capcom is banning it. Ish. Ah, damn it! Ow! Thanks for the raid, Bella. Ow! I hope you know that hurt.
Welcome, Raiders. Welcome.
My brain. I think it tastes my brain. It tastes like lemons.
Are you tasting sounds yet?
I'm tasting lemons.
We haven't been in him hard enough. He's not tasting sounds.
Don't hit me. Don't hit me again. I don't want to taste the brain, cane. Wait. Oh, there it goes.
I'm not cleaning that up.
I'm good.
So that's what the brain tastes like.
Anyway, oh god.
What? Oh
There
god.
goes my phone.
Oh, did you just drop your phone?
Yeah,
Is it- oh my gosh. Lemons. Also, go follow Bella
I'll
Chat.
get
She
the
deserves
porn.
it. Go hit the follow button. If you don't hit it right now, I'm throw Jeep at you.
I'm glued to the floor.
I will cut your legs off.
I'll help. Let me go get the broom.
Don't get the
Or a
broom.
cat.
Ray, go grab the saw. We're gonna cut off his legs. We're gonna toss him at people.
One of you
Let's do
is a
it.
cat and the other one is currently standing on a stool twice his height.
Okay, fuck you.
Counter.
Okay. Just because I'm small doesn't mean you get to make fun of me. I mean, it does, but fuck you.
It's like, which saw do you need? I see like 5 back here.
I don't care. Whichever one's the serrated the most.
Okay.
Also, grab the saw. We're making this painful.
The salt's already under the counter.
Okay,
So,
sweet.
like 2
Thanks.
inches to your left.
Cool. Thanks. I need that.
I'll have you know the saw is heavy.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Okay, there you go.
But before we chop him off, we should at least finish talking about the mods situation. So, Bella, if you don't know what's going on, basically Capcom has been waging war against the mods. So yeah, you won't get your lovely, you know, ish mods, you know, schmeck mods, schmosh whatever you. The NSFW mod. You don't get your NSFW mods. I'm sorry. They're saying no to that apparently.
Nope, they don't like it.
They don't like it apparently, but for good and dumb reasons. One, mods, in my opinion, keep games alive longer than their actual like work on date. Two,
Speaking of mods,
Jeep. Can you not? You actual son of a bitch. Yeah.
I was waiting for the right moment to strike.
Oh, whoa.
that was the saddest "oh whoa" I think I've ever heard you say.
Okay. Kill them later. You're amazing. I love it. Oh, thank you. I actually made this one myself. I really like it. But
You think that's amazing? You should see the bunny outfit.
don't mention the bunny outfit. I don't want to wear it right now.
I would mention, but I don't have enough channel points.
Yay!
Don't worry, I'm subscribed to the Silex channel. I'll get those in no time.
Oh fuck.
You mean like this one?
What?
Who ordered all this fucking anime titty?
I'm running now. Bye.
Fuck this. I'm leaving.
Oh, well, I guess it's my. It is the the GP Pup channel has taken over.
Nope. Hey, hold on. I gotta make a phone call. Yep.
Nope.
Now's the time to eat the pineapples.
What?
What?
Also, Cy forgot his dog.
Oh, the hitman? Oh, don't worry about him.
Oh,
Did he really leave? I think he's gone.
did he? Oh no, I can't turn around. Hello.
Hold on. Sorry.
I did not have a shoe no more. What?
Hello. Oh yeah, I'm bringing in the pineapples now. My God, he really
Does not have it. Oh, a show. Okay, I was very confused, Reaper.
Well, I don't think he has any shoes either. I mean, he did kind of leave those behind the counter.
Yeah. Well. I hope he didn't go out the front door. I mean, look at how fast those cars are going. You ever noticed how dangerous it is to drive down here?
God, you guys are unbearable. What the hell?
Yeah,
What?
I leave you alone for like 5 seconds and nothing happened. You just were like, oh, is he really gone? You could have gone like, well, it's now my show and I'm taking everything. Hello, welcome to the GB show. No,
That did
I
happen.
did say that.
that was
Yeah.
cringe.
And we also brought in pineapples.
Okay. But do you guys want to go into the next actual topic I've been having?
Yeah.
Cool. Because we're ripping the
just,
band-aid off here. Are you guys ready for the actual topics I've been wanting to talk about?
Okay.
Are we not like pineapple grade here?
I'd say 10 out of 10 spice levels.
What?
We're talking about having
Thank you for the lyric, fella. But we are talking about the Verbalance song where he literally went bankrupt.
Okay, so I am not as up to speed on that as I should be.
So,
I've vaguely seen things about this.
so this guy made a song, but he got like a self-insert of himself in Has Been Hotel. And his a little backstory: his channel hasn't been doing too well. I knew you were gonna say that. I know you were gonna say that, but let me get into this. So his channel hasn't been doing so well his past few days. He's becoming a little bit irrelevant and everything like that. But he kinda decided to put himself into a self-insert thing, which feels borderline, you know.
Well, that's fucking cringe.
Yeah, it's super cringe. But he basically has himself tied up where Charlie from Hell of a Boss, not Hell of a Boss, from like Has Been Hotel. Sorry, I haven't seen the new episode yet. I'm really sorry about that. Has kind of has him tied up and everything like that, and you can kind of get the picture for what I'm talking about, right? Well, he spent $50,000 on that.
You know, I'm just gonna say it. Man's willing to pay a high price for his personal poison.
Personal poison in my ass. The guy went bankrupt.
That's a high price for permission to commit seppuku.
I mean,
Like,
kinda.
Career seppuku.
Career seppuku my ass. This guy literally just
okay.
oof.
On one hand, I think everyone can agree that was not a great use of money. Alright? But I'm just gonna say it. In the age of AI art, people trying to steal art, people trying to screw each other over, at least he paid. And
Yeah.
at least the guy was honest about the fact that he is a simp.
Oh,
he put
yeah.
he put himself bankrupt, but I mean, hey, at least he's an upset
Gosh
simp.
dang. Well, we know how to twist the viewpoints.
No, but you know what? He's a fucking idiot.
You know what? We
and all
gotta
that.
give him credit on this. He wanted to do something. He went out and he fucking did it. He did it.
he went-
Whether you like it
he
or not,
went out-
he went out and made a full-blown song animation for this shit. He wanted to.
And
Maybe it's creepy and all that shit, but he fucking did it. He put his mind to something and fucking achieved it.
I mean, if he wanted to go out, he did it in a blaze of glory.
He
that
did.
would echo in time.
If this was his send-off for his channel, this was his blaze of glory, just riding off into like a volcano, like strapped with bombs, just ended quickly.
I mean, it's like he literally just like strapped himself to the front of the Hiroshima and just went right down with it.
So
Like, right into history.
So we have to give him credit. This, whether you like it or not, he did it. You know. Andrew Tate would be. Just kill me now.
Like, bravo.
Bravo, he did it. You know, bravo. Holy shit. Oh my gosh.
Anyways, yeah, no. Obviously, real fucking weird.
Very fucking weird. Let's be honest here. It's weird, but at the same time, to put it very simply, he did accomplish what he set out to do. What he set out to do was weird as shit. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, he did his thing. I will say this though, when it comes to the bankrupting part, I've been looking at that because some people were wondering if it was true or not, because there really wasn't too much evidence. Everyone was just saying he went bankrupt, but then he actually went and started like a GoFundMe where he raised like $25,000, if I remember correctly. So if it's not confirmed he went bankrupt, I'm pretty sure he went bankrupt, considering he had to start a GoFundMe.
Well, let's assume for a moment that the bankruptcy declaration was preventive,
Yes.
He is still not in a good spot if he has to put or up a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah,
25K in the holes.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Let's assume for a minute that or that is to cover or like legal expenses.
And also, can I also put this out there? If I remember correctly, he is married with a wife and kids.
Oh, that just makes it all the more exciting. doesn't it?
I need to check back up on that, but I'm pretty sure that was the case.
Man, we just Adrian Taser's over here just hitting
It's
popcorn, just clapping for this.
It's kind of hard to yeah, it's kind of hard to find information on this. Everyone's just talking about how he went bankrupt instead of like who this affects and everything like that. And I thought I heard a few people mention that it was like, you know, he had a family and all that stuff and everything like that. And so my response and my question to you guys, it's not just about that he, you know, did this video which was incredibly cringe. My question to you guys is, given the chance, would you ever make the same decision? You think this video will make you the most popular thing, right? Do you think you'd bet on that?
So most popular thing, but it's because of cringe?
Basically.
No.
I do a good enough job of making cringe stuff by myself. I don't need to pay someone $50,000 to do it.
That's fair.
Right.
And let's be honest. God, I'm talking about this one in a fucking bunny suit. I just realized what oh god.
The irony is palpable.
You're supposed to bring balance to the force.
Not become the cringe.
But you
I
are
know
supposed to
okay, he
bring
has a
balance
wife.
to the cringe.
Let's be honest. If I was like going to become bankrupt from this, I literally wouldn't do it. That would be like the stupidest thing in my opinion to ever do. And let's be honest, this guy was really popular for a time. He got a decent amount of views. He got probably done a lot of stuff. And from what it sounds like, and this is just my interpretation of everything like that, when you hit big enough as a content creator or something else like that, you can't stay just making content, in my opinion. You gotta have merch. You gotta have something else on the side as well. You gotta do stuff other than just content, from what I'm hearing. Because every time I see this stuff... What?
You're suggesting that when people do this kind of stuff that they have a business plan?
No. What I'm saying is, once you are decently big enough, because all the successful ones I've seen, Mudahar, fucking Penguin Zero, fucking, like, even, if you want a VTuber example, you could talk about Merryweather, or hell, even VShojo as a thing as well. They make stuff besides just being content creators. Like, content creation is, like, what gets their names out there and everything like that. But they don't just stay content creators after a while. They have merch. They sign up with other companies, do sponsorship deals. Hell, Merryweather himself is a comic creator. He makes comics.
You just described a business plan.
Yes.
Like, to a T.
So yeah, I wish to know how this relates back to the $50,000 bankruptcy scandal.
Because he, in my opinion, he got popular, didn't know what to do with his money, didn't save any of it, and then just went completely under. And from what I'm seeing, this might be a bit of a tangent for mine, but from what I'm seeing, when it comes to decent sized creators, the ones who fall off hard and don't ever really recover financially are the ones who just don't put in effort for actually making a plan after a while.
You don't have to have a great plan or even a perfect plan.
No.
But a general plan is better than no plan.
Literally. The problem is they don't usually have that.
Like, why would they plan? That would make too much sense.
Yeah. And plus, the thing is, they don't even need to plan themselves. You can hire a financial person to do the plan for you.
Which
because
I would recommend anyway. But
yeah, I mean, I would recommend that to begin with. But yeah, but that's the point. The point is, I feel like when it comes to like this situation with the fucking, I'm trying to remember his name for a second, give me about Verbalance. Pretty sure I'm saying that wrong. But when it comes to Verbalance, he got popular, didn't spend any money on anything else, didn't do any marketing other than that, and then completely went down the hole after his videos started tanking in views. And also, he didn't change much. Every single video is not the same, but it kind of follows the same format. It's a rap song about an established IP already. You know? You don't change it up. Like me? I do hot takes. I do gaming streams. I do fucking Just Chat videos. I just change it up. Not everything I do is the same.
I mean, there is something to be said for somebody that fills a need.
No, yeah, there's something to be said for someone who fills a niche, but when you fill a niche, if that niche starts falling off, that's where the problem comes in.
I mean, yeah. If you want a good example of that.
Yeah. Get me out of this. Get me out of this fucking bunny suit.
Where does that end? The list of examples.
The problem is it doesn't. See, yeah, but you get my point. When it comes to streamers like that, that's the thing. Hot takes, Xbox is underrated. Okay. Before we continue, I fucking agree with that one. That is a great hot take. I love that hot take. It is amazing because, in my opinion, Xbox, in my opinion, is super underrated. They might not have the latest and greatest games, but the services they provide are the cheapest. You get hundreds of games via Game Pass, and with xCloud, you can take them anywhere. In my opinion, I think Xbox has if they play their cards right with all the developers they're buying, they will have top place in like 5 years.
Xbox's problem isn't their game library, contrary to popular belief. It's their marketing.
Yeah, they do not market well, let's be honest.
Nope.
I mean, I have to slightly disagree when it comes to like last gen, Xbox One versus PS4. I don't think I've ever seen such a flaccid lineup of exclusives.
No, I definitely agree. Xbox One era, they got fucked over.
They went to a marching band contest and brought the middle school.
Yeah, that's fair. But I'm saying current gen as Xbox stands right now, all the companies they own, all the IPs they have underhand, all the developers they have underhand, they could do really well if they play their cards right.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say is Sony, if Xbox is going to do anything to become the top dog in gaming right now, they got to hit it soon because Sony is the worst position they could be in. They lost a fucking legal battle. They lost, they only had one, mainline exclusive, one game that came out that was done by them, which was Spider-Man, and even then, that game was mid at best. That's my hot take. Fuck you, Spider-Man 2 was mid.
And they're currently in another legal battle with Apple.
Yeah, they're in another legal battle with Apple, and they raised their prices on everything. Xbox is still a lower price than anything. Sony won because they had free online. What? No, they don't have free online.
No, multiplayer was free in the PS4 era. What was paid is being able to access certain PlayStation Plus or exclusive features, which frankly weren't really appealing. But
nowadays it's not. You had to get online. You actually have to pay PlayStation now, and then they raised the prices. So in my opinion, if Xbox wants to be top dog, all they have to do is release a few really decent exclusives on their console. And I'm talking at least 8s or 10s or above. That's it. They win.
Here's the question.
What?
Of all the developers Xbox has taken,
yes,
who shall build those exclusives?
I think ID.
ID could do well.
If they release another game on the level of Doom, 100% sure they'll win.
You know what? That's fair because I was thinking around for instance,
it sucks.
Some of the companies they've bought, Bethesda, Activision Blizzard.
Bethesda's only problem is they're stuck in the past. I'm pretty sure if they get a new writer, upgrade the fucking engine as much as it'll suck to the mod and everything like that. Upgrade to a new engine, get a different writer, and maybe those games will actually be better. You know what it is? These aren't the IDW, id, and Bethesda aren't the companies I'm the one looking forward to. You know what company I am the most looking forward to from the new games from Xbox?
What's that?
Fucking fuck. Why am I thinking? Oh shit! The guys who made Outer Worlds. My brain's blanking right now. Obsidian in their games. I'm sorry. I have played Fallout New Vegas. I even played fucking the space one that came out. My brain. I just said it. Outer Worlds. Outer World. No. Outer Worlds.
No, Starfield's Bethesda.
Starfield's Bethesda.
You said New Vegas.
New Vegas was made by Obsidian, not Bethesda. Yeah, the guys who made Fallout New Vegas was Obsidian, actually.
Now here's the issue:
Huh.
a lot of the developers that worked on New Vegas no longer work for Obsidian.
I will agree with that. But when I played the Outer Worlds, it felt the same. You know, the story was actually interesting. An entire system made up of nothing but companies, and you're trying to build a government from that, trying to stop the companies from taking over everything like that. But they don't play it for laughs. Everyone has their reasons for doing stuff. It felt like a New Vegas 2.0, which I really loved. The only reason that game became, you know, somewhat mid. The only reason that game is somewhat mid is because they didn't have the budget to make it a AAA one. They have a budget to make a AAA one, and they're not making that. They're making a medieval game similar to Elder Scrolls called Avowed. That I am so excited for. I am buying that day one. Because I trust Obsidian. As much as it's stupid, and I really shouldn't trust companies like that, I love Obsidian's games, and I love their history with their work.
What we have to look at for Obsidian, though, is what's their deadline? It has to be too short.
Okay, Obsidian, I was kind of hoping Microsoft would buy them, because Microsoft's problem as well is they give them way too long of deadlines.
Well, here's the thing. Obsidian only makes memorable games on way too tight schedules.
You know, you say, yeah.
There's a lot of games on their catalog that just nobody's heard of.
That's fair. I'm just saying, I like Obsidian a lot more. Game prices don't even make sense anymore. That could be argued. Actually, we'll put that on as like a later topic. Because I actually want to argue about that, considering everything. But no, just Obsidian, in my opinion, is going to be a golden goose if Obsidian comes out with some fire stuff, which I believe they can.
Yeah.
Was that an apple I just heard? Someone just eat. Oh. I thought you crunched on an apple for a second.
Although Chad has a hot take I definitely want to debate on.
What?
Even though I agree with it, I have counterpoints.
What's your counter? What's the topic?
You know
what?
Prices don't make sense anymore.
Oh yeah, that's the one I was talking about. We're gonna talk about that later. Well, actually, we'll talk about when we go into the Q&A section. Right now, we're on the topic of still. Sorry, I got into a tangent. I'm sorry about that, everybody. But we were talking about how the. Oh wait, we never actually got onto the topic. Shit, yeah. So. Wait, what was this? Oh yeah, we're talking about the Verbalance thing and how that was dumb. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So the question you had asked a while back about if we would do it, my answer is absolutely not.
Yes.
Because I don't do a lot of studying, but I've done a little bit of looking into just internet stories, right?
Yes.
There's a consistent theme. If you chase fame with cringe, it's only going to backfire. You either become irrelevant after a week, or you are just...
Obsidian, we're sorry that the launch of Avowed. We are working hard trying to fix all the bugs and glitches.
My God.
We are truly sorry.
You sons of bitches, Maxwell. Oh my gosh. Fucking, they just put an Obsidian basically saying, we're sorry about the launch of Avowed. We are working hard to try and fix the bugs and glitches. We are truly sorry. Sons of bitches. Oh my gosh. Son of a bitch. But,
in any case,
yeah, I think the Verbalance thing is completely dumb. The fact he did this and actually went bankrupt from it is actually stupid too. Because he hired out animators to animate this entire thing too, which was... I mean, one hand, impressive that you actually hired the animators. Dumb that you went bankrupt doing it.
Well,
yeah.
It's a textbook case of miscalculation.
I don't know what was going on with his head, but he literally put himself into such a self-insert NSFW situation that I was like, holy shit, what the what? He turned Charlie into a yandere, basically, which makes no sense.
It was meant to, from what I remember Asmongold saying is I did or listened to a little bit of or his take on it.
Mm-hmm.
It was originally intended to be a personal project that kind of got out of where it was supposed to be.
Wait, okay, you're spending $50,000 for a personal project that no one was supposed to see and go bankrupt from it.
Which is questionable to start with.
That's dumb.
Yeah, couple it with the fact it did get out and you went bankrupt for it is
dumb. It's straight up dumb.
Like it is like it makes stepping on a rake look intelligent.
Oh, honestly, yes, it does. It really does. But honestly, I don't think we can say anything else. I think everyone understands that that entire situation was just completely stupid.
The bread and butter of this, I think, has been talked to death if my YouTube recommendation go much.
That's fair. You know what? Let's actually head on to a new topic.
Yeah, poor
And
you beat with that horse.
I mean, I could still hit the horse a few more times, but still, I'm having fun doing that. But that's just me. But now we have to hit another dead horse. Something that has already happened, and that apparently is happening again. Do you guys know what soft giving is?
No.
I do, but I
Okay, then
also
don't
listen
talk
to-
anymore. Do you know what it is? Let me fill in GP. So, do you remember the completionist GP? Do you remember what happened with that whole debacle?
I don't.
Okay, let me give you a rundown. The completionist runs a charity, and he basically allegedly scammed people into donating to it for 10 years without actually donating a cent.
Ah, okay.
Oh, that charity was a different charity though.
It
That
is a
was
different charity.
Yeah, there was the Giving Hand Foundation. That particular.
It's the Open Hand Foundation.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Open Hand.
So,
So,
the
is
one
that
I'm...
what's up?
No, this is an entirely different charity. Only a few months after that whole debacle comes down, comes to light that they've also been scamming people, allegedly. Fuck you, court. Either way. So basically, Soft Giving is a charity that actually had a bunch of YouTubers from Asmongold, from I think even Penguin Zero. They had a lot of different people like shilling for them. But the problem is this. They made approximately of I think around $3 million in profit in total, which a lot of it was supposed to go to charity. They took, without disclosing to the actual YouTube creators and everyone else, they take 46% of that money.
Which was significantly higher than what was agreed
Which,
to.
yes, which is also $1.65 million.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, apparently Asmongold is known for months as well, but he has been not discussing it because of ongoing legal proceedings.
I need that,
involving
right?
attorneys.
Yeah. So basically, no matter what, this charity, which is supposedly helping people, is basically taking more of the profit than they're letting on, which in a lot of people's things seems like just a scam. Because they took $1.65 million for themselves.
Oh yeah, it's highly illegal because number one, it's a violation of contract, and number two, it is trying to
Allegedly. They allegedly did this, by the way.
well, yeah, allegedly.
Gotta protect my own jail.
All further statements on this topic
are,
and not proven in the court of law.
Yes.
Go fuck yourself, lawyers.
Well, we're not directly involved in the situation. We have no
That's
direct
fair.
access to privileged information, so we're speculating on what's publicly known so far.
Yes, without seeing
Which
anything
is-
public from like soft givings or anything else like that, but from seeing what Asmongold has said, from what Penguin Zero has said, and from a few
So-
other sources, yeah, this seems really shitty.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think it's a predictable result of what happened with the Open Hand Foundation.
Yeah,
Like, Big Name gets caught with the hand in the cookie jar. Anyone else who has got a similar cookie jar is going to get scrutiny, and this is a perfect example.
scrutiny. What the? This is like what, a few months after, and there's actually a bigger scandal because when it came to the completionist, it was only $600,000. This is more than this is $1.5 million basically that has been literally just upright taken by the company.
And I will guarantee you they are scrutinizing those.
Hey
records
guys, the
because
completionist here,
because
and
of
I'm here to
everything
say my
that's
take on taking money from charity and then going to jail. I say don't do it. Plays his outro.
He is dying from laughter. Quick, soul resuscitate him.
Fucking, they just use a fucking TDS mod to say, "Hey guys, the completionist here. I'm here to say my take on taking money from charity, and when I'm going and then going to jail, I say I don't do it." Plays the outro.
I just, you know,
The point I'm trying to make is, in my opinion, it's healthy to have speculations about charities, but
Right,
the fact, you know, scrutiny
I
about
mean,
them, scrutinize them, and all that shit, you know.
Yeah, scrutiny and suspicions.
Scrutiny and suspicion. But the point I'm trying to make is, the fact is, the completionist thing was literally still going on maybe a month or two ago. Like it went on from December all the way to a bit of January, and then it started to fizzle out. Only for us still, like maybe halfway through this month, for a new charity to be embroiled in such a different scale, and that's actually worse considering how much money they had.
It's like, oh, and you want to know the salt in the wound on that one, Shy?
Why? What's the salt in the wind on this one?
Jamie Marsh, one of the voice actors and localizers that has been embroiled in their own controversy, tried to use that situation to deflect any criticism Asmongold made about her localization.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I actually saw the
forgot.
TikTok about it. I was like,
Oh god,
really,
you know
you're
what?
bringing that up?
Are we gonna have to talk about localizers now?
I think
Fine.
that's going to be a different topic because that is a totally different kettle of
That
fish.
is.
Yeah, let's talk about that
that's,
later. Out of the way. The point about it is this. The completionist did some shit. But the worst part is, it's literally just maybe it's not even basically a month after the things died down that a new charity has done the same thing, if not worse. So, it's like, no one's winning here.
Yep. No one's winning. Everyone is losing.
I
That is the definition of lawfare.
But the thing is, this
I'm
is...
just with, I'm
What?
just without fucking words on this. I'll be honest.
What, the fact that
Like-
they stole basically $1.65 million?
Like, it's not just that you stole $1.6 million. Let me put it this way. Bank robbers rob banks, and then suddenly they're put up in, like, fucking displays for being cool. This
Yeah.
isn't even that. You're not even doing it. You're just going up to the baby and slapping him. Just go up and fucking strangle him in the carriage. Take that money and go buy yourself a hot dog.
God, the
What
thing
the
is...
fuck is wrong with these people?
Oh gosh.
God damn.
I don't even think it deals with babies. I think it deals with, if I remember correctly, it was... Shit, what was it about again? I can't remember. All I know is there's a charity that was doing this. And I'm like, why the
It could
fuck?
have been a baby. It could have been an old ass man.
It could have been a
could
guy.
Somebody's been kicked out of their house.
It
Either
could-
way, they're fucking dead. 'Cause you were a greedy son of a bitch.
I guess. And I'm like, let's be honest. When it comes to charities, I don't think they need that much to actually survive. At least not 1.6 million, unless they're on like such a massive scale.
No, this isn't survival.
Yeah, I know.
If you're in a state of survival, you go to low tier. You go
Oh
go
god.
desperate. But that's not desperation. That is pure greed on the most like despicable and psychopathic level.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the whole
is-
situation,
that
in
is
my entire
taking-
opinion.
That is taking advantage of the most basic human instinct to help one another and
Yeah.
using it instead for your own gain.
It was very
is-
much disgusting. The soft
Oh,
Sick.
soft giving is worse than the completionist, which is hard to say, but at the same time, they're both awful.
All
And it
of
might-
it's awful.
Oh, yeah.
No, but all of these people deserve to be locked the fuck up.
Exactly.
Yeah,
The one thing is this, I actually have to admit this. When the thing came out with the completionist, I was saying that he could have just been running it very poorly. But after I looked back on it, I'm going to be honest, this is my opinion, so don't take it as hard fact. But you knew since 2022 at that point, then you donated a week after you get called out, 100% sure you were doing this maliciously. And you did not, you can't say you didn't know because you knew it 2022, and you still did the event in 2023. But these people, I'm pretty sure they knew the entire time. They knew the entire time.
Oh,
And the
yeah,
best part is they
this is
just
the
hid how
thing.
much they took for themselves.
That's the funnier
Well-
part, you see, because
Oh.
not only are they strangling babies in the cradle, all right, they're also having streamers fund the strangulation.
No, you see
It's
what
a
when you,
crowd-funded event.
you know what they're doing? You know what they're doing? They're going to the streamers going like, oh yeah, we treat them with love and happiness. They give them a lollipop. As soon as the streamer walks out the door thinking he's doing something great, rips the lollipop out of the baby's hands and she starts strangling it in the crib.
And that's the
He's like-
thing.
like-
This is going to hurt these streamers' careers.
Oh, it
Stuff
does.
Like you talked about the localizers.
Yeah, the
This is
locals are
going to
pointing it
hurt their
out.
Careers. It's going to definitely hurt anybody who this money was supposed to go to.
I think
oh, yeah,
I
which
drink. I don't
Which
know.
to me simply says one simple thing that I think anyone on our end of things that might potentially be a donor to these causes scrutinize who you're giving the money to. Whether
Heavily scrutinized.
was like you could give Asmongold $20.
Yes.
Where is he giving that money to? Is there a paper trail? It's like, and is the organization he is working with, are they trustworthy? That is a fantastic example because obviously right now, or soft giving is not trustworthy.
Yeah. Also, isn't it coconut water just a hazard?
Okay, so by the way, to answer your question, Chris, because I was curious myself. I just looked it up. There is actually vanilla bean coconut ice cream. So yeah, coconut ice cream is a thing. Like I'm not believing that. It's no shit. That actually is a thing.
Yeah.
Fuck, I didn't know that.
I still think coconuts are weird. Like,
I mean, I don't like the taste of coconut personally. I don't know. I've never had that. I don't like the taste of coconut. It's not my thing.
Who took the lockbox and was like, "There's definitely water in here," and you break it. There's another lockbox inside the lockbox, and you're like, "There's still."
I don't know.
The
break.
Wait, is this the Russian or doll shells of coconuts?
Yes, but
God.
we also, if you guys want to, we can go to the Q&A real quick, since I feel like everyone wants to go to the Q&A. So the new topic of the day right now is questions and answers. Do you guys have any topics you wish us to talk about? Because we have lots of things we wish to talk about. Do you guys have any? Like, yeah, Ray, do you have anything that's been on your mind or anything like that?
Let's go through chat first because they've had ideas.
That's fair.
Yep, that's for you who queued up there.
If coconut ice cream exists, then cucumber ice cream flavor exists. I don't know. Let me look that up. Actually, I'm curious now.
I have seen that one. I don't
Really?
know why it's a thing, but I have seen that. It was.
It exists? Oh, it's in Korea.
Well, that's where I saw it at. I don't know where it came from because it was on base.
I guess that's fair. That's fair. It's kind of weird seeing cucumber ice cream.
Yeah, it is weird. I don't know why it's a thing, but it is.
Yeah, that's.
Have enough of a taste to be a distinct ice cream flavor.
I mean, I guess so, considering they made it into an ice cream.
I didn't partake in it because it did not look remotely appealing to me, but...
Oh, wait. It's also like the... this is weird, but I actually had like this lime popcorn.
That's a thing?
It's a thing, and the worst part is I ate it. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Why are people doing these unholy things to ice cream?
No, this isn't ice cream. This is popcorn. I just switched it up because I had lime popcorn a while back, and it's not bad. Yeah, actually, in a weird way, it tastes like chocolate. It's weird. It's like chocolate popcorn, but it doesn't taste when it's lime.
You've broken my brain.
You think I'm broken? I saw a video basically talking about how you can make Baja Blast, and that was like, and now I want to mix it with cranberry. Like cranberry Baja Blast now.
No, Sai, you should never be allowed in the kitchen.
I am always allowed in the kitchen.
I'm going to locking up the kitchen. You're not allowed in it anymore.
You can't lock up my own kitchen. I have the keys.
I put a lock on it.
You can't. Okay, I know how to get through a lock. Just look up on YouTube.
Lockpicking lawyer would be my recommendation.
Thanks for giving me the recommendation to unlock your lock, you dumb bitch.
Hey, where's the padlock you could break by hitting it with the same padlock?
Yeah.
That's quite a few of them,
Didn't that guy get angry at the like the locksmith guy for that? Because I remember him like breaking a lock with his own lock, and then the guy making a video basically tarnishing that guy, going like, "No, that's not how it works. Our things are completely safe." And then I'm like, he literally just did it right there. Like, no. Are you good?
I disconnected from your session for a minute.
There. Okay, you're back. Welcome.
There goes the cat.
That was weird.
That was weird.
Oh, welcome back, cat.
But let me guess. That was Master Lock.
Yeah, I think it was Master Lock. Oh no, it was the guy who had the big ass lock door but used a milk. Oh, it was a milk jug. That's what it was. It was a milk jug.
Yeah, well, okay, so let me guess. The milk jug was cut up, and he used it as a shimmy to get right past the lock.
Yeah, that's what it was. He used the milk jug to actually unlock the lock, and the guy who made the lock, the owner of the lock the owner of the locks that he unlocked with the milk jug got pissed at him because of that.
I'm sorry. I'm just about like, okay, I understand. Like the lock's not great, but you're the security guard, right? Like recounting the footage, looking over, and you see this guy walk up all confident with his milk jug, and he just slaps the lock with it.
Yes.
Just absolutely annihilates the lock off of this fucking gym locker, and just starts going through some dude's shit.
He
And
brings all the milk. I'm the type of person to pour milk before cereal. No, well, actually, I pour Sprite before cereal.
I see, but you gotta wonder who's the failure: the lock maker, the person who trusted the lock, or the person at the front who just saw somebody walk in with a full milk jug and was like, "Yep, that's normal." They're not up to anything.
It was to my knowledge, it wasn't even full either. He just used it to unlock the lock.
Ah, good. You can get a little swigging. You get walk up, take a swig, bash.
You put the bowl first and the milk and the cereal. Now you see, I don't do that. I put the bowl first, some Sprite, and then the cereal.
Sai, you have offended the cereal people with the fucking sode.
Like, way to go, Sai.
Are we talking about hot cereal takes? Because I just eat mine dry.
I mean, I somehow find it less offensive than Sprite with milk.
Oh, right. We've discussed this before. You are so never allowed in the kitchen.
But I can make spaghetti.
If we ever get our YouTube 2010s YouTuber house, you're
Yeah, let's do it.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, you will not
Do
be you will not be the onigiri of the group.
Oh, okay.
First step,
What?
you have to be the first one to do a face reveal to make that possible.
Yeah, no, I'd rather be the VTuber time the entire time.
But just have all of us just go around in augmented reality glasses like it's Ghost in the Shell with our VTuber avatars.
God, I will never wear a
Ear cereal? No.
Vision Pros.
Oh, I do eat cereal dry. Okay, he meant eat. I heard he just said ear for the first thing. I was like, I do ear cereal dry. I was like, why do you eat what?
Well, I have eaten Cinnamon Toast Crunch dry before.
And you eat cereal dry. I eat cereal dry. Like, I love Captain Crunch dry, although it cuts up the top of my mouth all the time.
I pretty much eat all my cereal dry.
You, sir, are a mad lad. Question, though.
What?
How do you eat it dry? Do you put it into a bowl or do you put it into a bag?
No, bowl. Well, okay. Bowl I'm eating it at home, but to be fair, when I was a kid, just have a little Lucky Charms, a little sandwich baggie. Just bring that. That's a great snack right there.
Fair, but I'm gonna be honest. I heard of one person who actually put milk into the bag as well.
What?
Yeah, they put milk in cereal into a bag.
They have more confidence in that bag than I do in my future.
I mean, I know Canada has bagged milk, but I think that might be going a little bit too far.
I heard that he did that, and I was like, why? Why do you do this? It's just like, it just tastes better that way. And I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Why does it taste any different? It's just cereal and milk in the bag. Why?
The only eventuality is you go to the elementary school, and forevermore, you're known as Wet Pants Larry.
Oh my gosh, why? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, cereal in a cup? Yeah,
wait.
I've done that before as a
Oh my
kid.
god.
Oh boy, my favorite cereal when I was kid, Trix cereal. Batman shows up, sorry old timer, Trix are for kids. Beats the shit out of you.
Oh gosh.
What was the really weird, they had a little bit of chocolate in it? Cereal?
Cocoa Puffs? Oh, Crave. I remember Cocoa Puffs.
No, Crave, where it was a little piece of milk chocolate in the middle. It was real bad chocolate.
Wait, wasn't there I remember the Cinnamon Toast Crunch where they put cannibalism on TV.
See, I never actually understood Cinnamon Toast Crunch when it comes to putting milk in it. Isn't the whole point that there's cinnamon on the crunchy?
Well, yeah, but the point is, it's just a cereal, but it's more the point of that, Cinnamon Toast literally, and the commercials eat each other to survive, and I'm like, you're literally showing kids cannibalism right now.
I mean, yeah, the Cinnamon Toast Crunch clearly do not have a society that is able to last very long.
Society, their society is whoever eats who's the last man standing.
Listen, they are advanced enough to create hot tubs,
Really?
but they are not advanced enough to advance beyond
They're not,
Cannibalism.
they're not advanced enough to stop eating each other, apparently. Like, sometimes you'll find them in groups, and then at the end of that group, there'll just be one left.
This is why you should never think too hard about children's commercials.
Yeah,
Like the logic beyond. Like what hellish world must you live in where you are given all of the luxuries to relax, but you are only allowed to eat each other?
Cinnamon Roll Toast Crunch, exactly. I miss. Wait, is Captain Crunch not a thing anymore? Because I really liked Captain Crunch. Yeah, also, you're lucky that it didn't cut your tongue at the top of your mouth. You're really lucky on that one. It cut mine on a toss. It cut mine so many times.
I don't think I ever had my mouth get cut by cereal.
Really? You were lucky. You were very lucky.
I've had my mouth cut a little bit by tortilla chips.
That's fair too. I've had that happen too.
I live near the border, so of course I have to eat those every week.
But can I say one thing? This is just
Also, there was two cereals that did that: Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Crave. Both of them were cereals that ate each other.
Yeah, Crave also ate each other. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Crave was complete. Like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, half the time they were just licking each other, and it was real weird.
They licked each other and then ate each other. Crave just
Crave, it was
dove in.
always consume.
It was consume.
There was always one dead Crave minimum.
I mean, same with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but at least they taste you first. And you know what's? I think it's worse for the Cinnamon Toast Crunch because Crave will just eat you straight up, kind of like an animal. But like Cinnamon Toast will actively like lick you and go like, yes, this is the right course of action, and then eat you.
You know,
Like, oh my gosh, the Crave will just be like, oh my gosh, it's a wild animal, basically. For Cinnamon Toast, they think about it, they contemplate it, they spend their entire lives just thinking about this, and then, you know what, yeah, it's worth it, I'm gonna eat my best friend.
whoever asked about the coconut water ice cream, by the way, I hope this has answered your question.
I hope this has answered your question.
I hope this has been
I hope this has been...
satisfying answer to all of your
Oh my
curiosities.
gosh, I hope this has satisfied your entire question and everything else. Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh. But yeah, you know what's... Can I say one thing? Jeep, do you have one of those Mexican restaurants run by a really old, like, Mexican lady? Because I swear that is, like, the best Mexican restaurant I've ever been to when I go to those.
You cannot swing a ray without hitting a Mexican restaurant around here, and half
That's
of them
fair.
are run by old ladies.
I swear, because, like, I went to this one restaurant, and it's
What?
Oh, it's, oh yeah, I was
many
making
bunches of
a joke on
oats
an
is the
old
good
lady,
cereal. At the table. I don't care if it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Fruit Loops, Crackle Jacks,
Listen,
Frosted
Ray,
Flakes. I'm eating the shit
have
out
you
of
ever
the
heard-
bunches
Have
of
you ever heard
oats.
the expression, you can't swing a dead cat without hitting X?
Yes.
That's what I was like, wait a second.
You can't swing a
what?
dead ray until then. But
Well, no, I was just saying you can't swing a ray.
you can't swing a ray.
No.
I mean, I'd say.
Sorry, Ray, we gotta go find somewhere to eat.
Yeah.
Come on.
I can't win.
No, you can't. No, you literally cannot. But what is it? Because like I went to one of these restaurants once, and the server like takes the order. But the funniest thing is, literally the funniest thing is,
Brave is the Tyranids from W40K.
Crave is not the Tyranids.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch are the ogres from Warhammer.
Oh my god, no. So they're saying Crave is the Tyranids, and well, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is the orcs from Warhammer.
Oh no, it's not the orcs, it's the ogres.
The
I
ogres.
appreciate
Oh
that reference.
gosh. But no, so I went to one of these restaurants once, and I was sitting down. The server comes over, takes my order, and from the back, you just hear this old lady just screaming at the people in the back, speaking nothing but Spanish. And then she comes over and goes like, "Hope you're enjoying your meal," and then starts yelling at the waiter who's taking your order, going like, "You're not going fast enough."
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had quite that experience. Oh no.
I'm sorry.
It's like some of the funnier experiences I've had. I mean, half the time they can barely speak English.
Yeah.
I remember at a local place for a while there was a man who I swear must have been around during like the first Mexican Civil War.
Okay. What the hell?
He was ancient when I was a kid.
And did you? Because every time I go there, they have like really good food. I'm gonna be honest. Like the food
Oh,
is
yeah.
so top notch. Like, I go there
Yeah,
not just because that, but they are the friendliest people, but also so good damn food. I swear.
Although, unfortunately, with Mexican food, it's often a thing of the Mexican food you grew up with is going to be the best you've ever tasted, and everything
Yes.
else will just taste wrong.
Literally, yes. That's so bad. It's honestly stupid how right that is.
Between Tex-Mex and Cali-Mex.
Yep.
The one thing I learned over the years when it comes to restaurants, this is true even in Asian restaurants, actually in Korea, and here in the States.
Mm-hmm.
If it is a young, trim person, the food 9 times out of 10 is not going to be all that great, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when you see either or the really old cook that looks like they should have retired, but they are still in the kitchen and they are still running it with vigor, or 2, the one or that weighs probably about 20-30 pounds more than they should, but can look at the dish and say, no, get that trash out of my kitchen. That is not going to be good.
There is, listen.
I think that's with every cooking like establishment.
True,
you go to an Italian restaurant, and you go to that old Italian guy who's literally still making pizza dough by just tossing it on his finger, flips down, and then throws it down on the plate with like no effort at all. That's the man you want to cook for you.
Yeah, well, he's been there. He's done that. He knows what's good.
Cheeto Manakala is hella underrated. Exactly.
Heck, even at the local Chinese restaurant, there's like a core 3 that have been there since the thing was founded, and they'll just look at the dishes, or like they'll watch them and they'll get ready to put it on this, ready to bring it out. And they'll just stop the person bringing it out. It's like, no, get that off the damn plate.
This has just become food techs. This is literally just become food techs. Everyone's just hungry now.
It made me a little sad because there's a Chinese place near me.
Uh-huh.
And they are like a staple of the city. Like everybody knows about them. But
But what? What? You want bread? I want bread. Bread does sound good. I think I had a burger earlier, actually. Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
But, like, also, wait. Kay has actually a really good thing. Did you ever have the Cheeto macaroni?
I don't think I've seen that locally, but
Really?
I did. Yeah, but my regional variant of macaroni was jalapeno macaroni.
What?
Oh, God,
Explain.
it's so good. Jalapenos.
Okay.
And macaroni. And cheese.
Okay, this is gonna be a hot take. I don't like macaroni.
I'll admit it's not for everyone, but I grew up with it.
I grew up with it too. I just after a while, I think I either ate it so much that I just started going like, ugh, macaroni again.
And yes, jalapenos. They're
Jalapenos. Jalapenos and macaroni. That's a little weird. I live in herds of spicy macaroni. I live, never heard spicy macaroni. Literally, I never heard about it. I didn't think spicy macaroni was a thing.
Believe me, it is actually good. But then again, after living in Korea for 3 years, I've grown to love everything spicy.
I guess that's fair. I like spicy stuff too. Like I usually go to work and I have like these spicy noodles. It's really good.
Now, what is really weird about Korean cooking? Now, this is something I experienced firsthand. I actually followed a Korean recipe from start to finish.
Okay.
Not a single spicy ingredient was listed on the entire thing.
Okay.
Cooked it, put it together, took a bite of it, and I swear.
I'm back. Sorry.
Welcome back.
Oh, welcome back.
Had to help Flip.
Spicy ramen is the best. You know, I've had
the tale of a spicy dish being made out of nothing spicy.
Wait, Jeep.
That is Korean food.
Jeep, have you ever heard of spicy? Have you ever heard of the Cheetos macaroni?
Ugh.
Because Kay thinks it's underrated.
Nothing with the Cheetos label can be underrated. They are all mid at best.
Okay, fuck you. I like Cheetos.
It's like
The puffed Cheetos are the best.
really, it is on par with most snack food, but it is 3 times as messy.
Fair, but still, I like them.
And everyone like always wants to bring Cheetos, nothing else. Cheetos.
Really, I bring Doritos more.
To like D&D games and whatnot.
Really?
It's gonna get all over the paper and shit.
Seriously, like if I'm bringing chips to like a D&D event, I'm bringing Doritos. Am I bringing?
Doritos are bad too. That's also like super messy.
What about the Cool Ranch ones? I like the Cool Ranch ones.
Though they're still messy.
You are,
That's
you,
fair.
are
But
like,
they're messy.
you are one of a small minority that prefers the Cool Ranch.
I like both. I like them all. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you so much, Dragon. How's it going?
I prefer Cool
It's a big
Ranch
cutie
too, to
bottom.
be
Thank
honest.
you. Like I like Cool Ranch. I like the regular one. I also like, you know, I like the basic Doritos. They're all
Surrounded by
good.
the outcast of society.
Thank you. I have been called an outcast since I was in high school. I wear the title proudly.
Fair enough.
Fair. That's fair. Yeah, I'm still yeah.
YouTubers, alright.
Yeah, that's fair. So that was all said and done, but I also have, what else was I thinking?
Do we have any other topics from chat?
Let's see. Oh yeah, apparently Ray had some spicy macaroni. Cool Ranch is good too. Garden salsa, garden salsa surprisingly really good too. I like all of the Doritos. Doritos they really can't miss in my opinion.
The whole time I was growing up, myself and everybody around me agreed that Cool Ranch was gross. And
Really?
somehow I've met the 3 people in my entire life who like Cool Ranch. Dragon, we've been together for 3 years and I didn't know this about you.
First thing he does, buys Cool Ranch Doritos and just eats it with Dragon.
It's like I go
Because
say
I
it
don't
out
like
loud.
them.
Oh.
Well, God, in my mind, I got that Captain America meme where we're at the store, like grabbing Cool Ranch, holding it up, and another person grabbing it, and GP grabbing something else, and it's like Captain America, Civil War.
Oh my god. Can we? Okay, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm out. Fuck this shit. I am out.
Alright,
Fuck.
you know
this.
what? If you're leaving again this time, I am occupying the mine.
I already got this lined up.
Yeah, alright.
You can't take my shit. It's mine. Get out. Now it's mine.
here-
Go.
What?
Go.
What? I can't, you glued me to the floor.
And you will remain to the floor. You can't leave. Sorry, Dragon. He's not leaving anymore. He's mine.
What?
Ruffles classic tastes
This was
better.
not part of the M&M contract.
Yeah, the imminent contract has changed. Pray I do not change it further.
I haven't signed any changes. I will listen. You're gonna have to be saying allegedly a lot more now.
It's not allegedly anymore. You just pray I haven't changed it further. I'm not Darth Vader. If I come there, can I still kiss? Yes, you can. If you want, I can glue you right next to him.
He goes on PNG.
Oh, great. Alright, we good, we good. Nice.
What? What? I've been abandoned.
You have been abandoned. How's it feel?
Can't believe this.
I know, right? But with that being said, let's go on to a new topic, actually.
Yeah, and he's ignoring it. I'm kind of surprised.
The new topic.
Over there.
But don't worry about it.
Nitrosco1 is now following.
Thank you so much for the follow, Nitrosco. Hello, welcome to the Cup Crew. My first cup is always on you. You don't have to buy it. I'm putting it on your head like a hat. Also, welcome.
Are those,
Grab a seat.
what do you have a plate of?
How's it going? It's going very well. We were talking about Cool Ranch Doritos.
I stuck it in.
Why the okay, why the fuck? I'm about to have a cat coat.
Nope.
I'm about to have a cat coat.
Nope.
Cool Ranch has got. Okay, Ray, shit, put the thing down. We got someone who loves Cool Ranch Doritos right now.
Oh.
See, Cool Ranch has gone tier. 100% agreed. Yes.
Is there an overlap between the
Yes.
VTuber community and Cool Ranch enjoyers? What is
Maybe
this?
VTubers should enjoy Cool Ranch. You know, that's why we remain. That's why GB. That's why we remain PNG because you don't like Cool Ranch. You gotta start liking Cool Ranch, man.
I do have a model. We just don't use it because it's difficult.
I know. Get Cool Ranch, man. You need the Cool Ranch in your veins. I just hit my fucking arm. Fuck.
Oh, I warned you about having that pipe there a dozen times. You ignored.
Oh.
Isn't that funny, Bundle?
Got the OG Thrace Cool Ranch. We're Cool Ranch all the way. Ow.
Cool
You hit your,
Ranch.
did you hit your arm that hard?
I hit the funny. I hit the. You know when you hit the arm of that one specific place and your entire hand starts feeling like that.
Yep.
Yeah. I hit the.
funny bone ain't that funny.
I hit the funny bone. It ain't that funny, no. Oof. So yeah, other than that, I'm good. But yeah, ow! You're not helping. But with that being said,
Nya, nya.
I got 600 points.
You can just see the disappointment wash over Sai.
I got 600 points.
If Sai stays this over, I want to turn this into a pineapple stand. Here
no,
we go. Yep.
put it fucking back.
Okay, fine. I'll just eat it.
I'd rather you eat it now. It's the last meal you'll have.
Nope. I have any more to come.
Wait, you eat cum?
Is that disgrace? There is more pineapple than cheese
Oh,
on that.
there is more pineapple than cheese on that. What the hell? It's not even layered right.
What? Did you take?
Oh
Is
my
that one
god.
of those little, like, ready-made pizzas?
You know, people say ready-made pizzas are bad. I've had some really like preheated, like pre-made pizzas that are actually really good.
They're not. They're not terrible.
Burn
but-
that pizza, Nitro. I love you right now.
Nope.
No
Nope.
pineapple
Weird.
pizza.
We are not burning my pizza.
No, we are burning the pizza. Either you're eating it now or you're burning it right now.
I am eating it.
Then eat it.
I'm a
Would you
cat.
cook it?
Oh my god. Either way, we must go on to the next topic, which I've been trying to get to, which is actually your favorite VTubing company is back.
What?
Which one?
Wachter is trying to rebrand.
Really?
What company?
Wachter. The ones that
Walker.
the Wachter is a VTubing company that surprisingly, with two of their talents, actually docks their real names and identities. On purpose.
200 talents. Excuse me. I make jokes about Soviet wave tactics. You're not supposed to do that with VTubers.
Well, they kind of
Excuse
did.
me?
Yeah, they doxed two of their talents. Places, addresses,
Oh, I
everything.
thought you said 200. I was
No,
like,
no.
excuse me?
If it was 200, that place would have been under real quick.
Yeah, comparatively, it may as well have been 200 though, because it was really kind of a small agency.
I mean, basically.
What?
Yeah, they literally doxed two of them on purpose. It was literally on purpose. I know, fire, right? What the hell? Never heard of it? You don't want to hear of it. You honestly don't. They're the literal worst. They're trying to rebrand into a new company or like a new thing. Project, I think
With a better name.
it was Project 991. Ow.
991, more like 911. Where's your tail?
I was about to say, like, are they calling directly from their consolidated dispatch? Because
I don't know.
Could help.
I don't know. All I know is what happened is they're trying to rebrand. They have a new talent coming out literally today, but the talent that was using the model is a Japanese person who apparently, to put it very simply, the talent was supposed to be an like an English style person, but that person left, so they gave the model and the identity over to a Japanese person, so the Japanese person is actually debuting that thing today.
Whoa. So they not only did they recycle the art, the assets,
The
all that
model,
from
the personality, everything.
like everything from a previous VTuber,
Yes.
but they can't even keep the language the same. They give everything over to a brand new Japanese talent.
Agencies are such a trash fire.
We don't acknowledge that, Nitro. If we acknowledge it, then we have to acknowledge the damages they're causing. We can't do that. I don't want to pay the bill.
The drivers in the background, they're Florida drivers. Don't mind them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't ask me how I know that. I just know.
Yeah, you son of a bitch. Can we just not talk about that, please?
I forgot I put you in the cat ears. Thank you.
Yeah, I can't not remember. It's positively awful.
He cannot forget either.
Don't you mean Pawful?
I fucking hate you.
Truly, it is so Nyoba.
Thank you for the head cuts, yeah.
I heard that from somebody recently, and I love it.
Well,
Oh.
I'm
But-
sure he'll be feline.
I hate you.
So somebody clip Psy ultimate bottom moment with the head pats.
Oh my god. Clipped.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But what was I saying? Oh yes,
Yeah, about Whacker.
Walker. So they're trying to rebrand. They have like one talent coming out right now. But the problem is every time they rebrand, this is their second rebranding attempt. It hasn't worked. Everyone figures out, oh my gosh, they're Walker, and then next thing you know, no one signs up.
Wait. They rebranded into sounding like they're a fucking Russian PMC.
This was before that. Let's not talk about that. That's a situation we're not going to get into right now, unfortunately. Maybe after the entire thing's over, we can talk about it, but not right now.
Okay.
I don't want the heat. Yeah, but no, that was actually before that. The company was there before that actually happened.
That doesn't exactly help their
It doesn't help their case. No, I understand. The name's not great anymore.
So the rebranding, they've already failed.
They failed already. Everyone, like, they go to rebrand. Let's see, this is what happens. They go to rebrand. Everyone is like, oh my gosh, they're rebranding. And when they figure out they rebranded, they just keep calling them Walker, so it just doesn't ever stop, you know?
Like,
I don't want to beef now.
And it doesn't help that every other VTuber agency, large and small, has carte blanche to literally crap all over Walker.
Let's put it this way: they are so bad as a company that every other VTubing company literally puts them as a block zone. They're not doing any collabs with them, nothing of the sort.
Damn.
They are the black sheep of the VTubing communities, and that's saying something.
They're the black sheep, but I'm just gonna say it. This news doesn't even seem like out of place when it comes to like. I feel like 9 times out of 10 when I'm hearing about like one VTuber agency or another, it's usually something about a VTuber leaving, being abused, or both.
The main outfit really is it. I mean, I like it. I made it myself. You know, it's special. I like this.
You made all of your outfits yourself.
I did make all the
It's
outfits.
time. Activating the dog nuke. 8529. Bork bork bork.
The dog is not nuking himself, Maxwell. We're not nuking the dog. This is not nuking the dog right now. We are not nuking the dog. How would I even do that? I don't have like an explosive animation just tied to his ass. Boom.
Boom.
That reminds me of...
He just goes boom. Wow, fuck you.
Just click.
Just kill us all like that, right on you, Maxwell. Holy shit. Well, we've been nuked. We've been nuked. Luckily, we can't die because this is hell.
I mean, we had a really short trip. I mean, we respawned already back.
I mean, we had a pretty decent respawn timer. Someone since it is.
I mean, I'd hope so with those cars, but
That's fair.
True.
To be honest, agency is doing it. I really shouldn't notice. The thing is this: the viewers know it because they really don't get that many viewers. They keep having talents leave on them. I think everyone in their first generation already left, like last year, like midway through last year actually. Most of their talents leave before finishing even 3 months half the time, and
they don't really have a core audience either because every
No.
time a talent leaves, the
It's
people that
gone.
were following the talent are gone too.
yeah,
So they are literally starting from scratch. Again.
every single time, yeah.
and so I will say this: unlike other places with agents, like other communities with agencies,
Yeah.
within the VTuber community, often if you are part of a good agency, that is part of your brand.
Yeah,
Like joining a good agency is a huge buff, not only for collabs but just being
Everything in
associated
general.
with a good brand.
yeah, and let's be honest. When it comes to like agencies, if you're big enough, sometimes you can just leave with everything. Like, let's put it this way: Silverell left V Sojo, and she's still as popular as she ever was.
V Shoujo is a different situation than most. 'Cause
I
they
know.
actually
I'm
put it-
just pointing out a situation, you know.
Well, no. They put it in their contracts that generally the IP is their IP, so when they leave, it goes with them.
They're the Avengers. I'm just joking. Hey, I'm saving you from beef. You're not saving me from beef. If I wanted to have beef, I'd literally say it.
Yeah.
I think that like the purpose of hot takes is to have beef and disagree, but there is sections where I don't want to bring hot takes just because hot takes isn't meant for that.
Beef
You
fried
know?
rice? That sounds pretty good, actually.
I mean, I like beef fried rice. It's not bad.
And we're going back to food takes. God
Can
dang
we
it.
not talk about food right now? Let's not talk about food.
Anyway, so places we don't want the beef. Why don't we discuss the current situation in the Congo?
I will stab you.
Yeah, or
Ray, get the
Eritrea.
knife. Wait, what?
Ray, we could go through a list all day. I just wanted to pick one that everybody knows is bad.
You know,
Anyways,
we could also talk about.
FBI, open up!
Oh shit! The FBI's here. Run!
Mhm.
That was well timed.
I think they're gone. I think we're good.
Are you sure?
Yes, I think we're fine. Yes, we're good.
Oh, I see. Leave the PNG tuber to get taken out by the FBI.
Just play as a statue. You'll be fine.
That's not how that works.
That's how it works. You'll be fine.
If like in fairness though, there is no catnip here today. I missed
Yeah.
it all.
Okay, cool. Also, things before where we cooked all tips. Yeah, you are glued to the. You are glued to the floor. You can't move.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're innocent of anything anyway. So
That's fair. Also, so we are actually going. Do you guys want to go into the next topic? Considering the only thing we really need to talk about was Walker trying to rebrand.
Sure.
So-
Sweet, because now we get to talk about the new game that just released that everyone's been playing, Power World.
Power World.
So
Oh boy,
Power
here's where
World.
I have 0 takes.
So Power World is basically it's a new game similar to Pokemon in the sense that you go around capturing little creatures to fight for you. The difference between Power World and Pokemon is that in Power World you get guns. You straight up just get guns.
Oh, and Legion found another feature that I was aware of it, but I didn't actually use it because it did not appeal to me personally.
Oh yeah,
but
can't you
I wanted to-
capture human beings?
Oh yeah, I did that too, actually.
Yeah, you can capture human beings.
I did it before Legion did it.
Oh yeah, I
I
forgot about
just-
that.
Yeah, I'd feel like, it'll be interesting. We got we can. Oh,
My Minecraft dreams are in a full in a full game. Literally, it's a great game. I've played it. Okay, before we go into the controversies, because there are a decent amount with this game, I will say this: it is a fun game. I have played it for hours. Ray has played it for hours. We have both played it for an extensive period of time, and from what I'm saying, it is a massively fun game. Beyond all reckonings, I have had fun every time I've played it. But we had to talk about the controversies, which is that a lot of the character designs do look like Pokemon's to a scarily accurate degree.
oh, and there's a couple other controversies I've noticed as
Yep.
well. A lot of the GUI design, like for
It
zone
reminds me of
transition-
Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yep, complete with this temperature gauge, which is a 1-for-1 copy pasta Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, by the way.
Yep.
And there is also the allegation that AI art may have been used.
There's allegations of all that stuff.
Oh boy.
But the thing about it is this. There are also how about it? There are the fanboys on all sides right now. Because you have the Pokemon diehards saying anything like this should have been banned, basically, because, it's not Pokemon and they're stealing designs. And honestly, this could all just be parody.
And Dragon actually brings up a good point as well for the controversies that have been
Yeah.
alleged of stolen character designs.
Stolen character designs.
Showing creativity in general.
Yeah, it's a good game designed on stolen creativity. So the question we have to the question we have to do is this: do they basically remake all the stupid design? Sorry, do they remake all the designs that people have a problem with, or do they not? Because honestly, I can see them like changing up the UI and everything like that, but the monster designs, I don't think they're gonna change, in my opinion.
Yeah, that would be a lot of effort involved in
You
that.
did, Vet Maxwell. We talked about that earlier. I'm sorry.
I mean, will they and should they are two very distinct things. Because should they? I'm gonna be totally honest. If it does seem like they're just taking designs from Pokemon, and
So,
being like, we can just use this, I think they should.
Really?
I think
Well-
if it is genuinely a case of they took Pokemon and just handed them guns and then asked you money for it, At that
No.
point, you are not making a distinct IP like you're claiming.
So what happens is this: they grab the. Let's put it this way. Let's put Cinderace. There's a Pokemon Grass type that is super close to Cinderace. It's not one for one, considering they change it into a Grass type and change the colors and everything else like that. It looks very similar, but not completely similar. But you can tell exactly what it's designed off of to a T. In a weird way, it's enough changes to be its own thing, but so close to the original, you can literally look at the pictures and go like, yeah, that's what it was inspired by really easily.
And that's
there was one I actually encountered or literally today that I swore up and down it looked like Grookey, which is one of the starters.
Exactly.
But it's not. It is definitely different once you get a close look at it, but at a glance, it is very visually reminiscent.
So the question is this: are they so close to the original that it can be considered fraud, or do the slight changes they make to it make it their own designs?
I mean, I think the answer lies in: are they just taking these designs, changing them, and then providing a different thing to draw? Or are they trying to simultaneously say it's a new IP and also draw off of the Pokemon?
So from my experience, they take they have the basically almost the same, not the same art style, but they have similar art styles to the Pokemon, and they kind of use the others as a reference, but they don't ever copy it directly.
And the gameplay is also similar to Pokemon, but with gun.
Yeah, it's not, in weird ways, it's actually very different. The gameplay is very different. Because it's still about capturing monsters and everything like that, but it's more about capturing the right monster to help you produce the right materials, gather materials, or even just mine stuff for you. It's more about base building than it is actually capturing the best monsters.
I suppose for a game that has so much controversy, it is probably a good thing, or it probably makes sense that this is apparently just the more morally bankrupt Pokemon, but...
Well, maybe.
In terms of, like, what you're doing.
True.
Well, I wouldn't say it's morally bankrupt.
No,
in
Pal
terms
World
of the story. I would say it's just more questionable because some things do line up so closely. It kind of makes you look at.
No, I
it
mean
with
morally
more
bankrupt
scrutiny.
isn't what you do in the game.
Oh no, morally bankrupt, very much so. You could kill. Actually, in a weird way, how about it? It's more of like a mature Pokemon. Like you go around, you can kill bandits, and there's like settlements you can go to. You can actually save pals via saving them from bandit caps. So in a weird way, it's like Pokemon, but without they take the silliness of Pokemon, but they don't actually hold back in a weird way.
Okay. The way you're describing this, it sounds like Pokemon is developed by Ubisoft.
No.
The way I would describe it personally, having been a longtime Pokemon fan who's delved pretty deeply into the lore to understand that the world of Pokemon is not safe at all. It is actually very dark. I would say it is the more...
Sorry.
I would say it's probably the more... a less filtered perception of the Pokemon world where you actually get to see some of the stuff as it is described versus how it's presented.
I see.
Yeah, like you'll see the pals fight each other. I think like some of them will actually eat each other. You'll see these like the people who capture pals and everything. They'll actually put them in cages and everything like that. And they'll send pals out to fight you, but they won't just do that. They'll actually like shoot at you and everything.
Oh yeah. One of the favorite examples I like to bring up as a comparison for this is there are two Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet, Corviknight and Tinkaton.
Yeah.
And in the descriptions for these Pokemon, they describe how Tinkaton hunt Corviknight.
Yes.
What the Tinkaton will do is literally take a gigantic hammer, hit a boulder as hard as they can at a Corviknight to knock it out of the sky, then go and eat the Corviknight.
That is what I think. Remember, like some of the trailers, like one of the big one, like there's this like big kind of like Preosaurus type thing that literally eats one of the smaller penguins.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like more mature Pokemon, while still keeping like the cartoonish aspects of it. But in my opinion, this is just me. When it comes to Power World, the designs are different enough, in my opinion, to be more of a parody. It knows what it's been doing. It's been marketing itself as a Pokemon game with just shits and giggles with guns and everything else like that.
See, that's the thing, though, is it's if they are both trying to take the piss out of Pokemon and also
It
profit
is.
off of them,
They're
then at that point, there is something to be said about. So, are we supposed to be nodding along with them?
Yes or no. Yeah, the thing about it is this. They are basically making a Pokemon game parody. It's literally a parody. Like, it's Pokemon without actually... It'd be like, how about this way? It's like GTA and Saints Row. Back when Saints Row was a thing, it was basically seen as a more crazy version of GTA. You know, you had the dildo bat and everything else like that, you know? It was crazy. They had similar gameplay aspects. There was an open world, you could do missions, you were basically a gangster. But it made things crazy. Like, you had the samurai gang and all this other stuff, you know? It was similar gameplay and everything. But they do it different enough to where it's not the same.
The thing is, though, Saints Row was called a GTA clone until they took the silliness beyond just silly GTA.
Yes.
And turned it into its own thing. And I think that's the distinction for me is this a game with its own identity that happens to be parodying Pokemon, or is this game got itself dug up Pokemon's butt and is making profit off it?
So, this is the thing. I think if it keeps going the way it's going, it will have its own identity very easily. But the thing about this game is this. Because Pokemon is such a long-lasting franchise and has touched everyone's childhood, it's one of the most profitable franchises there is. I don't think anyone in this room has not played a Pokemon game. Hello, Jason! But everyone here has played a Pokemon game. But the problem with this is Pokemon hasn't had any competition for the longest time. Don't say Digimon. As much as everyone likes Digimon, it did not compete with Pokemon on any sort of level.
I have my thoughts on why that comparison was made, and it has very little to do with the way the franchises were structured. It was the target audience.
Yes.
The reason those comparisons were drawn.
Yeah.
But you hit the nail on the head, though, with there's been very little competition for Pokemon.
But I'm gonna say one thing. Just... yeah.
Are you sure you're not showing it?
Okay, not that. The point I am trying to make right now is this. Power World, within the first 8 hours, sold over 1 million copies.
I mean, yeah. I'm sure there is plenty of a market for like
the point.
Pokemon.
Yeah, but the thing is this: if they make a game that somehow, and Microsoft, I think, is looking at this with greedy eyes right now, because it's on Game Pass. Yeah, I don't think it's on PlayStation or Nintendo, but I know it's on Game Pass. Ow.
I suppose
the point I'm trying. If if it creates its own identity and Microsoft buys it, which I'm pretty sure they're looking into right now, considering how much money is made and how much buzz it's like, everyone's playing it. Fucking Penguin Zero it loves this game. So does fucking Asmongold. Everyone who's played it has enjoyed this game. The gameplay is great and everything. So the question is this: if Microsoft buys it, it gets a decent of its own identity. What happens? This will be the first actual competition Pokemon has had. Sure, not in the way everyone would hope it'd be, but the thing is this: it doesn't have to be a carbon copy of Pokemon, and I don't think anyone wants a carbon copy of Pokemon. If people wanted that, they'd just go play Pokemon. This is different enough to where it has a sense of its own identity. I have been enjoying it. The gameplay is great. Sure, it borrows from everything, but borrowing from everything doesn't make anything bad. Like,
I mean,
yeah, like Bethesda stole the romances from like BioWare games, even though they didn't do it correctly, but they still tried. And fucking like,
yeah, if this genuinely becomes, and if the people are willing to put this in and put the work in to make this its own thing, then I think, yeah, it's fine if it's, right now making itself known through its,
yeah,
basically ripping on Pokemon.
Yeah.
My question is it going to follow the good example of Saints Row and grow past that, or are we going to watch it die like how most GTA coins did?
That is a fair assumption, but this is my thing. I think it will do well and probably grow into its own identity because one, while it takes a lot from other stuff, they put it all together very well. The gameplay is amazing. All they need to do is write a pretty decent story to go with the game, and they already have dedicated servers to it. Like, if you want, you can make a server for 32 people and play with them. Like, me and Ray played it earlier together. That's the one thing that they have, like, functional co-op. They're planning on adding PvP. Oh, well. They're planning on adding PvP later on. So
Yep,
the only thing I fear is that this game will turn into Pokemon Rust real quick. Ow.
I mean,
well, it's. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
It's worth mentioning too, like for the competition. Some of those competition I am personally aware of over the past, I'd say probably 15, 20 years, is the closest analogous thing we've had to this was when World of Warcraft introduced battleable minions.
Yeah.
And that really wasn't the focus of the game. It was more of a side thing you could do if you wanted to. And they didn't really put a whole lot of thought into it or really develop it since then. It's been kind of stagnant except for adding new minions.
Exactly.
Final Fantasy did something very similar, but it's also side content. It wasn't a standalone game like this.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is, Pokemon's traditionally been the only one to focus on it.
Yeah.
Plenty of games have pet mechanics and pet battle mechanics. The thing is, Pokemon has basically built itself up on one gameplay formula that they've been repeating for a very long time.
Yeah.
Which is good that they perfected it, but it's also been missing something a lot of other games have, like Final Fantasy and World of Warcraft. Big MMOs. They've been fighting each other. Competition. Pokemon really hasn't had that.
Yeah, like Digimon couldn't do it. But the thing is this, let's be honest. Pokemon has gotten lazy. Power World, in its early access state, runs better than Scarlet did on its launch date. Very rarely
does.
Yeah, it runs better than it currently does. I have better frames playing this than I do on fucking, I have better frames, better internet connection and everything playing Power World than I do fucking Pokemon Scarlet. To put it very simply, me and Ray played it earlier. We had very slight lag, and other than that, it ran perfect.
Yeah, my hot take is for side note here.
Yeah,
Nintendo needs to fix their freaking online service because frankly, it's garbage in its current
state.
It
is. It's the worst online service in my opinion. But my thing is this: Pokemon, if this does become really big, considering it's on PC, it's on Steam, anyone can buy it on Steam, and it's on freaking Game Pass. And if Microsoft decides to buy the thing, which honestly, if it becomes as big as I think it could be, if it doesn't play its cards right, Microsoft is probably scooping that thing up real quick. Have a great night. I'm gonna head out, Pete. Fucking Nintendo. Woo! Nice!
Good night, Nitro.
Night, Nitro! But this is my thing. Power World isn't an opportunity that most game creators don't get. If they play their cards right, they could be huge. They just need to play them right. But, that being said, with all the stuff they have transferred over, everything works. They just need a decent story to go with the game once it's fully finished. They need to keep having, more creative style Pokemon, like pals. Sorry, everyone says Pokemon, let's be honest.
I mean, and there's the problem though is not only does it need a new, to have a good story and to continue this launch, it needs to get to the point where people are no longer saying it's Pokemon Blood.
Yeah, it's Pokemon Blood.
That is the death of a game.
That is.
Death of many
you can't. The thing is this: don't aim to be a Pokemon killer. Aim to be a good game. That way, once you're done with being a good game, you can be competition to it. But honestly, I support Power World if it does end up becoming competition for Pokemon, and I support it fully because Pokemon needs to get their act together. Most of the last game they released, they basically said they weren't updating. I haven't seen a company say, "Oh, we released a really broken, shoddy game. Let's just not update it."
Yeah, no. And
That's
to that
dumb
end,
as shit.
I agree. That said, I'm looking through screenshots, and there are definitely some of these.
That looks similar.
They look similar enough to the style that it definitely feels like, okay, this goes a little bit beyond inspiration.
Yes.
You've just handed a Pokemon a gun.
Yeah. But the thing is, I think everyone was expecting this game just to be a meme and not actually have decently good gameplay.
I would have said this is a scam.
Yeah, fucking everyone thought it was gonna be a scam, but
I held off on buying it at least until after I saw some gameplay of it that was not in a trailer.
Yeah,
and I was pleasantly surprised.
I played it myself. Me and Ray have played it. It's good. The game is good. Like everything they've copied over from gameplay wise, it works. Like the bows and arrows feel great. The actual like fighting of the monsters feel decent. You can send your monsters out to do stuff. And the thing about it I like is instead of trying to be like a hardcore battle system half the time, your first concern is getting the right pals to actually fix your base up. It's about getting the right pals to build shit than it is to fight shit half the time, and that's a pretty decently good focus. It feels more like Ark Survival mixed with Pokemon than it does, Pokemon.
Okay, you two are not doing a great job of selling this game to me, but
I'm sorry. I mean, we're not here to sell it to you. We're just telling you the differences between it.
I'm just everything you guys described to me about the gameplay sounds like everything that this game does has been overdone 10 years ago.
No. No.
It's not the individual things that they brought in, like the survival aspects or the catching the monsters or the base thing. It's how it integrates them together that what sets it apart.
They integrate it so well together. Everything feels natural about it. Like, sure, they stole a lot of ideas, but all the ideas work so well together. How they mix it together makes it fun as shit.
Well, yeah. For a great example, like if you really wanted to be a jerk, you can.
Yeah.
Like you could actually go out and just straight up beat the crap out of people.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, but if you want to actually have a self-sustaining base, or where you're actually friends with your I keep wanting to call them Pokemon.
That's the thing.
I used to.
Yeah.
But you can. Like my entire base is self-sustaining at this point in my single player file.
Yeah. The thing is, it steals a lot of ideas, but the ideas are so well mixed together, you don't even care. That's the thing.
I'll have to at least take a look at that.
Honestly, yeah, it's for me say it's great. And the thing is this, unlike most other games that would usually sell something like this for like $60 or anything like this, it's on sale day one of its early access release for $24 last time I checked. It was like 23 when I had it. And it's on Game Pass too, so if you have Game Pass, you don't even need to fucking buy it. Like, that's what really sells it for me, is that it's on Game Pass. You don't even need to buy it. You can just play it on Game Pass. If you want it on Steam, literally on sale day one. And they already sold millions of copies. And I'm gonna be honest, the company doesn't have the best track record, but I think this is their actual first really, really successful game. So I'm saying, if they play their cards right, shape up a little bit on some of the stuff they've done, they could do really well. But at the same time, I don't feel like they should be super duper applauded with everything they've done. But what they have done is still impressive. Like, keep it at arm's length and go like, we'll wait and see. In my opinion, it's a game worth playing, but at the same time, it's also one worth watching for the future. I wouldn't bet on it wholeheartedly, but it is something to consider.
But I would say, or what's the gameplay for a refund on Steam? Isn't it like 2 hours before they won't
It's
accept a refund?
you play it for 2 hours and they won't accept a refund, or if you don't play it for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it would be worth giving a shot. I mean, it's on sale right now for about half of what it's supposed to be, so it's like like $25.
I see.
So yeah,
Yeah,
honestly.
So, yeah, I would say give it an honest try, and of course, make sure you be cognizant of it.
Yeah.
And if you're not having fun within 2 hours, it might not be a game for you.
I'd say play for like an hour and 30 minutes, decide if you like it from there, and if not, then just don't get it again. Just refund it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'd say it's great to try. Sure, none of the stuff is completely original, but then again, I don't care if it's original if it plays well. And I don't think anyone does. Because, like, sure, the UI is very similar. But the thing is this, like, like, fucking half the, like, what am I thinking? It's like the gacha games, like Genshin Impact, all that stuff. They have very similar aspects to themselves. Like, they all have
games are well known to be
yeah,
basically
basically the same games, just ripping off different characters to make different waifus and husbandos to sell at markets and everything else like that.
Yeah, which
But
so far
I will-
that doesn't seem like it's a consideration.
And
So
Power
far.
World doesn't seem to have any sort of in-game transactions right now, which also gives me a big plus on that regard. Because you just buy it
yeah.
once and you just play it.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'd say Power World I think, in my opinion, Power World is very guilty of copying from other games. But if they change it up a bit, considering this is still early access, I think it'll be better. Change up the UI a bit. I wouldn't say change up the... I don't know. I don't know if they'll change up the designs for the Pokemon. I think they'll be the same thing as they are. But I think the only other thing we should probably talk about is the reaction to this game that people have been having. Because there's either the... Because there's several groups to this actually. There's the Pokemon diehards that are basically saying this is just a rip-off scam and everything else like that. There are the Power World people that are going like, no, this is the greatest game ever made so far. It's new competition for, Nintendo's Pokemon. And then there are the people in the middle just going like, it's a good game. They kind of take stuff, but other than that, that's just gameplay's fun and everything like that. So the problem I have is the discourse around this game. There's a lot of people that think this game should be shunned because of how much it copies from other games. Like, the hardcore Pokemon people are like, no, fuck this game, basically.
Yeah, which I'll admit, and when it comes to that, I'm kind of curious as to what the overlap is of the Sony crowd because it's not on PlayStation.
Well, I don't...
How much of them is overblowing the legitimate arguments?
Well, for one,
that's kind of where my question
I
is.
haven't seen any, like, Sony people be super, super duper pissed at this game, I'm gonna be honest. Unless you have.
Why would they need to be when they already have another group that is probably more angry that they can
Nintendo's.
just kind of jump in with and add to the voice?
I don't know. Jeep, what do you think of this entire situation?
I mean, if we're talking about the discourse of it,
Yeah.
I find myself leaning more towards the idea that a game should be as much as possible unique. Obviously, there's a whole thing. No creativity can be 100% unique
I fully agree.
all the time.
Yeah.
At the same time, I think any game that goes in with the mindset of I'm going to be X but Y is a downgrade. Any game when somebody goes in with the idea of I'm just going to be the better or darker or etc. version of, because at that point you are setting yourself up not only for comparison, but you're already kind of shooting yourself in the foot.
Okay. I can understand that.
And we see this pattern repeated several times.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft, TA, got any of the, like, anytime you see these popular ideas come, it's just kind of a surprise that Pokemon's getting a second round. They had their own round of kills.
So, yeah. What happened, well, the one thing you also have to understand, the one thing you also have to question is, Like World of Warcraft, when it came out, copied a bunch of stuff from other MMOs. They just decided to refine it a bunch.
True. And
And Final
it's
Fantasy did the same
fishing as
thing.
well. Actually, Final Fantasy copied a lot of Warcraft, like the original raid, or for A Realm Reborn, the Coals of Bahamut.
Yeah.
It was heavily inspired by Molten Core.
Yeah.
true. So
And
So,
go on.
yeah, sorry.
I think the difference comes in with when you're inspired by something, you take good parts and add it to your vision.
Yes.
When you are aping off of copying it or otherwise trying to take it but X, you wind up with their vision while you staple things. And at the end of the day, that's kind of where my where my judgment of this game comes from is did this game go in inspired by Pokemon, inspired by games like Arc, or did it say I'm going to be Pokemon but Arc?
That's fair. From what my thing is, I think it was more inspired. They didn't take enough creative liberties in certain areas, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because from what it seems like to me, the game has a lot going for it in the realm of gameplay. They really did work on it. They just took a lot of elements from Zelda, from Arc, considering it's a bit of a survival game. But they introduced a lot of different little mechanics that, in my opinion, set it apart. Like, it's not about capturing monsters to level them up. They don't even evolve, from what I see. They don't evolve into new monsters or anything. It's just about gathering the right ones.
Well, I think they do, but the evolution mechanic is completely different from Pokemon's. I don't
Maybe.
think it's necessarily level based. I think it's
Item
there's
based?
one item. I think it's essence based.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. I've still got to figure it out, but I'm thinking that's kind of how you make a pal stronger, is combining a bunch of pals into one.
Okay.
I think. Don't quote me on that just yet.
I'm not quoting on you. But that's the thing. It doesn't... How about it? It's placed similar to Pokemon, but doesn't actually have the same goals as Pokemon. Because your goal in Pokemon is to level up your party, get the right Pokemon for the right gyms and everything else like that, and beat the gym leaders. In Power World, it's, does this pal actually get me more mining, less mining? Does this pal do well with trimming down trees? Does this pal burn enough stuff for coal and shit, you know?
And one I got is an artisan. It likes to build things.
Yeah.
I think we'll see how this game does, because
Exactly.
when it comes to games that are parodies or games that try to set itself up with another game, the real test is of time.
That is fair.
Because how long can Power World stay alive before Pokemon overshadow? If the answer is it will continue to stay alive, then it'll have set itself apart and proven itself to be something more than just Pokemon.
I fully agree.
Yeah, I do agree, but I think Power World's already doing one thing that does kind of set itself apart from Pokemon, and that is no, not the guns. Like, in terms of how it plays, it's actually offering the option to have a true single player experience, a small multiplayer, or a dedicated online experience with a larger group.
That's fair.
Right now, that is something that Pokemon can learn from for future installments.
That's fair. And also, I will also add this. I'm gonna be honest, depending on its success and how popular it does get, you know how Microsoft is buying shit willy-nilly? I'm 100% sure if this gets as popular as it's gonna get, I think Microsoft may buy it just to have a Pokemon competitor. That's just my that's my dumbass theory, but I honestly think if it gets decently popular enough, that's probably what's gonna happen.
I mean, it's so difficult because when it comes to competitors,
Mm-hmm.
when you find true competitors between games, it is rarely when one game spawns up and suddenly becomes competition.
That is
Usually you
fair.
have things like Call of Duty versus Battlefield. The two got popular around the same time for the modern shooter.
Yes.
And that's where that rivalry.
Well, the problem I think with this is Power World. Let's put it this way: it's been so long with Pokemon dominating everything. any game that would try to challenge it, no matter what happens, is gonna be like, oh, it's like Pokemon. It's gonna be like Pokemon. Pokemon didn't have a rival coming out, and I think the closest one they had was Digimon. But Digimon isn't its rival anymore. I don't really even see much for Digimon still.
I mean,
Oh,
to quote Yachty Croshaw, Pokemon
Yes.
has resisted the trends of the time, but that's because
Yes.
it hasn't budged a fucking inch in 2 decades.
Exactly.
it didn't have to because it had a winning formula, and let's face it, Pokemon is a multi-billion-dollar brand by itself.
Exactly. The anime
Just having
alone.
more little plushies throw balls at.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
And
Like, but
print money.
between the plushies, the Pokemon card game, the video games, the anime, which is ongoing,
Yes.
like, there's a reason the Pokemon Company is run as a standalone company.
Yes.
Like
But-
even though they're heavily allied with Nintendo, but they are on their own. Like, they got a
Mhm.
winning formula, and they know it. Why change it unless you have a reason to?
So, yes. But because they have no competition, in my opinion, they have become such a staple because they've been up here since everyone here has been children. Let's be honest.
They were one of the original game franchises.
They
when
are.
the game was at its adolescence.
Yes. And they have stood the test of time, just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So if you were to make a Pokemon style game or something that was to ever compete with Pokemon, you know what the first thing you're gonna think of right now, considering how everyone's grown up with it? Pokemon. That's what you're gonna think.
Yep, and World of Warcraft had something similar happen to it
Yeah.
when it became the dominant MMO in the MMO genre.
Yeah.
Every competition that came up after that, whether it was completely different, not aiming to directly compete, or something brand new, it was still like, oh, you mean that game like World of Warcraft?
Yeah.
Like, that was the instant comparison because everyone knew that brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing
That's-
is this.
yeah.
Oh no, go ahead. Sorry, I'll
No,
talk
you
about my
go
thing.
ahead. I didn't have much.
No, I could say my thing after.
I didn't have much to say. You go, Sai.
Oh, okay. So my thing about it is this: Pokemon has set up on a pedestal for so long that I think it finally needs competition. And if Microsoft does buy it, which that to me is depending on how popular it gets, that's honestly my opinion on that regard. But if Microsoft does buy it, it'll have the money it needs to actually, be a decent competitor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it already still has somewhat protection from Microsoft considering it's on Game Pass.
I mean, yeah, this game is going to work.
Yeah,
Whether it gets
Yep.
sequel and whatnot, we'll see.
yeah, I definitely agree. I think it'll be more important to finish this game and see how it turns out in the end.
Yep.
But I
And-
think for the first time, Pokemon is actually shitting its bricks.
My perspective on this is a little bit more nuanced.
Eh,
I firmly think, in terms of how this is handled, it is Pokemon's game to lose if they want to directly engage its competitor, because they don't have to at this point.
nope.
They are the dominant player in the market. They could sit back and decide, okay, their competition, we're going to directly compete. What can we do better now? We've got to make sure we stay on top. Or they could do what Warcraft did and just sit on their laurels, assume that they're going to be the biggest forever, and, well, we know what happened in World of Warcraft.
Yeah, they're now competing with Final Fantasy, and Final Fantasy is doing very well.
And Final Fantasy is not competing with World of Warcraft, which is the funny part. They are just making their own product and making it for their fans.
Yeah. So, I think the thing is this. I think eventually Pokemon will get competition. It's just the question of, is this it? And if so, how is they going to respond? Because honestly, if the worst case scenario is that Pokemon tries to sue Power World, because I think that media shit will go really bad really quickly.
Yep. And that goes back to the question, which is part of the ongoing questions, like how much of the stuff is AI generated, how
Yeah.
much of the assets were lifted, and how much are truly original. The question,
Yeah.
we don't have answers to any of those right now.
Yeah.
But I do think it is safe to say there are probably phone calls happening between Pokemon Company and What was the company name that actually published this? Let me.
I don't
look.
know.
I was looking at it earlier, and I just completely forgot to actually take stock of it. But
Ah.
they've had more than one game.
Yeah.
I remember the game name because it looked like The Legend of Zelda, which is
Yes.
kind of why I'm kind of questioning how valid some of this stuff is.
Yeah.
Pocket Pair Incorporated.
But yeah, the clone, the Zelda looking clone was Craftopia.
Yes.
So that's part of why I'm kind of scratching my head, thinking like there might be something to these allegations, but we need to let things play out.
Yeah. Because honestly, I think the reason this company will, even if it does, considering its past and everything like that, I think they'll stick with this one just because of how popular it's been for them specifically.
Oh yeah. For the record, the publisher is Pocket Pair.
Ah, got it.
Yeah. Pocket Pair Incorporated.
Pocket Pair Incorporated. So,
Yep, and
I think
I'm sure they're Japanese because they have katakana, hiragana, and kanji for their
Yep.
description.
So my thing is this: when it comes to this game and this entire thing in general, when it comes to Pokemon or Nintendo's actions against it, I think the worst thing they could do is a lawsuit. Better to let this just ride out its time period if it does do well, than to, try and silence it. Because if you try and silence it, I honestly think it'll backfire and become more popular than ever.
Hence why I say it's literally Pokemon Company's and Nintendo's game to lose at this point.
If they try to sue it into oblivion, I honestly think the suing will just draw people's attention to it. And honestly, I think it'll make them look more like the bad guy if they try to sue it to like oblivion, basically.
Yep. Well, what my prediction for this is, over time, Power World will develop its own distinct identity. It will have its hallmarks that set it apart definitively.
Yeah.
But it's got to get past these initial growing pains. As I think this is probably the first game on this scale that they have ever actually had.
Yeah.
And Nintendo Pokemon, on the other hand, they have to make the decision, or I would say maybe not today, but probably in the next 2 or 3 months as they watch things unfold. All right, do they directly engage Pal World as a direct competitor, or do they stick to their formula and just take lessons, which is what I think they should do.
Yeah.
Because if they improve their online functionality, which they've got to work with Nintendo to do, and that's holding them back. Number 2, learn what Pal World does better and integrate the lessons learned into the Pokemon product.
Honestly.
I'm not necessarily saying not like copy mechanics, but like performance optimization. They've got to get that right.
Yeah, like Scarlet barely runs.
Yeah. So real quick, I decided to while y'all were talking.
Wait, are you playing Power World right now?
No, I decided to look into the company a bit. just to
Oh,
see what
okay.
Pocket Pair has
Oh yeah.
done.
Oh yeah, the company's got its own controversies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it was made in 2015, but didn't start really releasing games until looks like this year.
Yeah.
I think the earliest one I saw was 2020.
Or no,
Yeah.
Craftopia came out in 2020, which was kind of a Legend of Zelda,
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild look like, and then this year they've crammed out Power World and Nevergrave, the Witch and the Curse. 2022 they did AI Art Imposter.
Oh, that was actually a meme game.
Oh yeah, my take on it without having played it so far, just how it looks on the surface, is it was meant to take the piss on AI art and how bad it was at that point.
I see.
So, but it's only $5, so I'm definitely gonna check that out and probably revisit it before too long.
That's fair.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Nevergrave, I mean, from a glance, it looks very Hollow Knight-ish, but it's a 2D floor.
Yeah.
They're gonna look like that. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely a company that takes heavy inspiration. It seems like they take ideas and add things to them. So we'll see how this works.
Honestly, I'll see how it works. I do have hope because I really want Pokemon to have competition. Because as it is right now, they're sitting on the laurels and getting really lazy. The fact they had never updated Scarlet, in my opinion, makes me want to spit on them because of how dumb that is.
So, if I might ask,
Yeah, go ahead.
because it is a topic worth discussing,
Yeah.
what do you think competition will provide
Me?
on its
A stable game release at least.
like what will competition do to Pokemon?
Competition will
what
actually,
pressure will that exert?
for one, it'll actually get them to release a game that they will actually be willing to update. For two, maybe they'll actually improve their online capabilities, considering this one works semi-well straight out the boot. You know?
Well, yeah, from my perspective on this, Power World as a early release title is performing better both online and in terms of performance on hardware across a very wide spectrum. It's not even standardized. It's a very wide spectrum, anything from a 1050 all the way up to a 4090 Ti are performing well.
I see.
Pokemon Scarlet, one of the biggest gripes that I had the first day I started playing it on standardized hardware that is not exactly unknown to Nintendo because they made the hardware. Pokemon was built on those hardware specs.
Yes.
The loading issues were terrible. Or some sprites were still stuttering, even though that was the only sprite on screen, but you could still tell it was running at about 10 FPS.
And then they refused to update the game until the DLC came out.
And those performance issues still persist even in the DLC.
At least with other Nintendo games, they will give it regular updates. Mario Kart still gets regular updates. The fact that Pokemon was like, we didn't know, this is how the game we want to release, we're not going to update it, with glaring issues, is entirely dumb, because most games can be updated nowadays.
Now, I suppose what I'm trying to get at is,
Well,
how will X result in...
simple.
Of course, we want Pokemon to do this.
Yeah.
But how will Power World being successful contribute Pokemon?
Simple. Because this, just like what happened with World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy was never as big as World of Warcraft until a few years ago. It will start out very slow where it goes like, it becomes a good game at first. Then after it becomes a good game, it'll start getting more and more popular. The point where it reaches competition mode is when it starts getting talked about very much so. And also where Pokemon starts and getting compared to Pokemon again. But what set apart World of Warcraft from Final Fantasy is everyone was looking at how Final Fantasy was doing so well compared to WoW. WoW was at its worst states, and let's be honest, Pokemon isn't doing well gameplay-wise. Other than having the same gameplay they've always had, it has literally just been like poor performance, very bad optimization, and nothing really changing that much.
True. So,
It seems stagnant. And I'm pretty sure if you tell people a while and after like a bunch of polish and everything that there's a new game that's similar to Pokemon, that's very polished, plays very differently, and has pretty decent stuff with it, I'm pretty sure they'll be like, yeah, I'll just go play that. Hello, Diana.
The thing, though, is... Also, hello, Diana.
Sorry.
So, here's the thing, though, is when we look at Pokemon's core fan...
Yes.
And compared to World of Warcraft's core fan...
Yes.
World of Warcraft, the reason people were getting tired of it was that not only were they releasing the same shit...
Yeah.
They were, as far as I can tell, they were also releasing worse stuff, making the game worse by trying to apply to a bigger fan base.
Yeah.
You know, basically trying to become an idle MMO.
Yes.
And when it comes to the Pokemon fan base, the one thing that they are most resistant to is change.
I fully agree.
Every mechanic is called bad. Every set of Pokemon, like, you know, they like new Pokemon. They want new Pokemon to throw balls at.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, will Power World actually make a dent in the core audience of Pokemon, or will this just create another?
Well, my thoughts on that, I get what you're saying 100%. I mean, it is a little bit of an apples to apples and oranges to oranges comparison.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm thinking that Pokemon should do is, because one great example is or the what I call the beyond evolution mechanics, which is like the Mega Evolutions, the Gigantamax, and now the Terrestrialization.
Yeah.
And the Z powers. Most of those, even though they are new mechanics and designed to enhance and change the gameplay experience appreciably to some degree,
Yeah.
most of them are not really landing with the fan base.
Yeah.
The only one that stuck was Mega, and they are not bringing that back for whatever reason.
Yeah, it seems to be like they do an idea just to get a bit like oh my gosh, there's something new actually, and then they just drop it.
Well, yeah, because Pokemon has a formula. And
Yeah.
they've had a formula. Like, the time for Pokemon to actually change itself was 2 decades ago at Gen 2, or
Yeah.
Gen 3, or 4, etc., etc.
Oh yeah, I know. The point is this: is that I know a lot of people, the Pokemon people, don't want to change, but I think those are like the super duper. Ow.
Well,
Hello, Taffy.
I mean, it is. Yeah, we are talking obviously more about
Hey.
the dedicated fan, but at the same time, will Pokemon should Pokemon change based off of power? Obviously, the optimization.
Yes.
That's the option.
I think that competition does games wonders, because when they know they're not the top dog, they have to compete, otherwise they'll lose the lunch.
I think sometime. I think that competition can bring on good change, but it can also cause a game to lose its own identity in the pursuit of beating it.
I understand, but
what if I was the executive at a Pokemon company and I was looking at Pal World? The questions I would be asking at this very moment is like, okay, this game is starting off pretty well. What is making this game stand apart?
yeah,
Like, what makes it unique? And then once I have that list, like, okay, so we got this list of things that work for Pal World. What in that is something that would work well within the current framework we have for Pokemon as it exists right
wait,
now?
you know what? You know what? In my opinion, Power World should actually do.
I would probably do the same thing. Or
Well-
look at what these games that are analogous are getting right.
Yeah.
See what could integrate naturally or be a good fit.
You know what would
Yes.
you know what would actually be decent for Power World if they went more like a Monster Hunter route.
One thing I did see in Power World that kind of struck me as different is that the boss fights in the dungeons and in the special encounters,
Mhm.
they do have a very Monster Hunter World and Dark Souls like feel,
Yeah. So
which is something Pokemon just would not be able to integrate.
Pokemon is still turn-based no matter what. But the thing is this, is they don't really learn from... Okay, I'm going to be honest. They have a formula and they have stuck to it. They haven't changed their formula at all, which
Then
I think that what breeds the whole, like, not wanting to change stuff. Like, if you look at another turn-based, let's take Persona. Persona 5 changes its stuff in a few things. And they introduced mechanics like the whole, like, jump-in system. I think that was in 4, actually. The Persona 4 had that system. They introduced, like, a system where if you hit the certain weak point, your entire crew will jump that guy, you know? That's different for turn-based. There's also, like, stealth mechanics in, like, Persona 5, where you have to sneak around, that if you sneak, you can get an advantage on the enemy. For Pokemon, it's throw the Pokemon out there. If you attacked it first, well, then you get the first attack. If it attacked you first, then it gets the first attack. There's types advantages, and other than that, you just take turns hitting each other. There isn't really much spice in the gameplay.
Well, yeah, the average Pokemon game is meant for,
Yeah,
around age,
Well,
usually.
I know.
Yeah, which is why I think the competition would be a good thing overall. I'm not saying that they should adopt every single thing Pal World's doing. That
Oh
would just
yeah,
be fun.
no.
But
Yeah.
if the competition helps them or step back and think like, okay, we know we got a good formula here, but what can we do to improve this formula?
For me, I just want Power World to be a competition enough for Pokemon that Pokemon doesn't feel like it can just release a game and never update it, even if it has problems. Because that, in my opinion, will kill that entire company if it does it long enough.
I do hope this helps Pokemon grow itself. I just think it's important to keep in mind what competition actually means versus just
Exactly.
One competition plus one bad game equals good game.
No, I fully agree with that. Like, competition could honestly do a lot of damage depending on how the businesses react.
Yeah. So it's a matter of keeping an eye on it, obviously keeping an eye on Power World.
Yeah.
And also keeping an eye on what Power World does, perhaps what things it needs to be pushed on.
Taffy, I would actually recommend Power World. That's fun. Sorry.
Bad examples of what Power World has been doing that Pokemon might. The AI art thing. If it turns out Power World actually is using AI art, the last thing we want to hear is the next generation of Pokemon shall be AI generated by feeding the other Pokemon into a generator.
We already have that, and it is known as a giant meme. I don't think Nintendo would ever take that idea seriously if that did come up.
You wouldn't think so, but you never know.
Well, yeah, that is fair, because AI, this is not a gaming-specific trend, but a technology-specific. AI integration is a very controversial topic across the entire sector right now.
Let's be honest, AI as...
never underestimate a corporation, never underestimate a committee that has no idea, they're so out of touch, and all they see is, game does X, but it's profitable. If they say controversy, isn't controversy that thing that puts our name out there? Ooh, we want our name out there, let's do it.
Or exec boards like Square Enix that are still doubling down on NFTs, though every other major company just about has fully abandoned it.
Yep.
True, and it would be a thing of, it would be something that Pokemon might do for one game and realize, oh, that's a terrible idea.
You know, the worst part is, even without Power World, I heard rumors that the next Pokemon game was going to use like NFTs.
I mean, there was probably a point where every company was...
No, yeah, but the point is this, is wanting to, even if they have competition, it doesn't, even without competition, it still doesn't stop them from making bad decisions. The point I was going to make is this: without competition, they're going to make any decisions they want, and that's what you're going to get no matter what. At least with a little bit of competition done the right way, I think it'll actually improve them pretty much a lot more than they have been.
I think
I'll be back in just a second.
Oh, that's fair.
I mean, yeah, and again, hopefully this does. If this genuinely makes the developers of Pokemon, or more realistically, the executives in charge of Pokemon, if it makes them raise their eyebrows a bit, if the bottom line is actually hit, then all the better.
Yeah.
We just need to make sure if they actually take a second to look at the community and what they say, we're saying the right thing. We're not saying, look at Power World and look at how you should improve.
No.
There should be more discussion on how can Pokemon.
You know what?
Beyond.
In my opinion, what Pokemon should take from Power World is how to release a game. They released it. It works. Ow. Hello, Nitro Skull. It works. The multiplayer works day one. A little glitchy, not gonna lie. I've had like lag spikes here and there. Other than that, it works perfectly fine. The capture system works perfectly fine. There are very few bugs and glitches. There are some I have seen here and there, I'm not gonna lie. Like, there are some like animations that glitch out. The animations in itself for the core gameplay aren't the best. Yeah, we're still talking about, Power World. It's a long and decent conversation, let's be honest. Plus, it's also really kind of a big topic considering it's like, could be the first competitor of Pokemon. Emphasis on the could be.
Needs to be
Cat
Yeah, they
went to
went
do
BRB.
something. They went BRB for a second.
Honestly, when Ray gets back, we probably should move subjects. We are.
Honestly, yes. Like, as soon as Ray's back, we're moving subjects.
So, anyways, let's talk about you and your obsession with putting soda in your cereal.
Let's not talk about that, okay?
All right, you know what? That's fair. Let's talk about your British.
Let's
Going
not
British
talk about that
beverage
either.
item.
Let's not talk about that either, I
I've
swear.
got a list here, so let me.
Oh,
hold on.
God. Wait, what do you mean you have a list?
Oh shit! I was trying to like brew with papers real quick to make it sound like I had it, but I realized
What-
I
what-
turned down my sensitivity.
Haha!
No, don't worry. I can fix it. The background noise isn't there anymore.
Pineapples and pizza. Yeah, the pineapples and pizza probably got them.
Yeah. All right, there we go. All right, let's see.
Okay,
here.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
what the
Oh, you
details-
saved by the bell.
Saved
it was
by
wa-
the
It was the
bell.
water, actually.
Oh, okay. Cool. At least I'm saved. Yeah, he doesn't have to read off the list.
We should
Well,
probably
I-
move on to
huh?
other
Well, we
topics.
should actually move on to the next topic. I'm pretty sure we beat this one until it was dead and then raised it from the dead to beat it again.
Well, there's still plenty to be said, but
We'll beat it later, okay?
Yeah, we gotta see things play out.
There you
Before
go.
we go
Yeah.
back on it.
Okay, well, we'll beat that topic later, okay? Well, the new topic is actually, so let's say, as of recently, we could, the entire topic about this is indie games. So, recently, we've had some good indie games, and then we've had some bad indie games.
Okay.
So, my question for you guys is, in your opinion, how has the indie market, is it gotten better? Or is it just become more money hungry than normal? Because in my opinion, the indie development, indie games, in my opinion, right now have the best chance of actually becoming really worth something. But also, because they have that much of a chance, it's super easy for scammers to make games like the day before and then just walk right out on the project.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to the indie sphere and all that, when you ask what is the state of the indie sphere, you're asking, I sure do wonder what these particles of water are up to in this pool right now. It's such an ever-changing and so diverse place. You know, what is that humanity community up to nowadays?
Oh, you're making a game Nitro? That's cool. But
What is,
Yeah,
what is
yep,
that
I'm
water drinking community up to nowadays? You know,
that's fair. But the way I see it is this: technology has improved to such an extent to where I feel like indie companies with small games, like look what Power World did. They made basically a style Pokemon game without getting back into it. This is just a little example, going to move right off from it. They made a pretty decent game with basics of Unreal Engine 5.
Oh,
And-
and Lethal Company.
And Lethal Company, they made a really decent game too. So it's like they're an indie company where they had a decent idea and now they're super duper big. Both of these games are amazingly huge. Like everyone's talking about them, everyone's playing. They have trended, they have made millions. And those are the small companies now. They're not like, I don't think you won't see like DICE make a fucking, you know, they won't make a fucking like a Power World, or they won't make a fucking, you know, they won't make a Lethal Company. They'll make Battlefield, and that's all they will make forever, basically.
I mean, the thing is that with indie games, I was kind of hinting at this earlier, but let me
Mhm.
say it properly, which is the indie sphere is so big that inevitably, with enough creative visions, you will get somebody who is going to have something interesting and original.
Yeah.
And yeah, Lethal Company is a great example of just what, like, I think it was a small team or it was just one guy developing it.
Yeah, no, it was three
One
guys. It
guy-
was three, actually.
Oh, it was three.
I think it was three.
Guys. Same as Battle Block. But you have these single to few people teams make these, you know, small but good games, or heck, just good games.
Yeah.
They're not as big as scale as AAA games, but at the same time,
They have the quality of sometimes AAA.
and for every Lethal Company, you might think, I'm gonna like do an indie surf. Man, that's a lot of garbage.
Oh gosh. That's right. There is a lot of garbage on indie. But the thing
Man,
is this.
that's a lot of scams.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking the day before, God's sakes.
And there was one on PlayStation that was literally just pressing a button just to get
Yeah.
platinum trophies, I recall.
Oh my gosh, I forgot that's what it was a thing.
Yeah, the thing is, within the indie sphere, it's a free-for-all.
Yeah.
It's every scammer, every genuine but naive developer, every person with a good and a bad creative vision are coming together to make their own games.
Mm-hmm.
Good night.
If I come back to Power, we're gonna have beef. Oh no. I promise I'm not talking about Power World right now. We're talking about indie games, considering Power World technically is an indie game from an indie developer.
Well, 11 to 50 people in their company, but yeah.
11 to 50. That's still smaller than half the AAA people right now. AAA is like
true,
usually
but that's like
100 to
AA.
1,000. You know, yeah, probably
like-
AA actually. That probably makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah. In any case, so that's, in my opinion, where the indie sphere is. The same place it's always been. People are going to come up to the surface with these great games, or heck, they might just stay in obscurity but make great cult titles. And
Undertale.
We'll continue. Oh no, Undertale got far past obscure.
No, what I'm
That
meaning
game
is
was
this.
everywhere.
What about its sequels, Deltarune?
That got everywhere.
Really? I haven't seen it.
As soon as the game,
I've seen it a lot.
Really?
As soon as Matt Pat gets onto a game, it's no longer obscure.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't. I'm gonna be honest. I saw Deltarune like once, and then I never heard of it again.
I heard
I've
of
seen-
it for a
I've seen
small
plenty.
bit, but I saw a lot of it, and then it was gone.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, once it was done, it was done. But when it was still relevant, it was topping charts.
That's fair.
And also, Toby Fox is never going to make anything obscure ever again.
Probably not. No.
Toby Fox is far too. He is one of the founding fathers of internet.
Fair. But
Like,
to put it in perspective, indie, at least in my opinion, because of how shit the AAA industry is right now, I think it's literally the perfect time to be an indie developer. And I think everyone sees it in one way or another because indie games right now have enough technology to really do something. You know, Unreal Engine 5, if you use that, or even Unity. You can make it
Unity,
Unreal. You have several options, and these aren't like small power options. Like using Unity 5, you could probably make a pretty decently AAA style game if you put in enough effort.
I mean, heck, even with Unity, I'm learning to develop with it, and I'm actually in the process of building an FPS. Right, it's not very good, but if I can learn to do this with a $30 book, imagine what someone with time to fully dedicate to something like that could do.
Yeah.
and another thing is, you say like now's a good time.
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever a bad time to pursue a creative idea.
Oh no! Like the point I'm making isn't that it's never a good time to do it. The point is right now, where everyone is so tired of AAA style games, like the ones that always release, like the Ubisoft games, or talking about how mid they were, or fucking half the stuff that comes out of Activision, like fucking Call of Duty, especially this year.
Which shameless plug for Coast. Coast was so done with Call of Duty that he actually started learning Godot 4 and is building his own version where he's aiming to compete with COD someday.
Ha! Nice. Good luck for him, actually. But that's the point.
Oh yeah.
It's in his space where all the big franchises, Battlefield, Call of Duty, fucking BioWare, Bethesda, all the bigwigs are sitting on their laurels doing shit, basically. Larian Studios is an example. They were a decently small company who finally got enough money to make a really good game, put in early access for like a few years, and then came back and won almost everything at the Game Awards.
Yeah.
They are
Right
now
now
a
they are-
household name. This, in my opinion, this may just be me being hyperbolic, but in my opinion, this is a renaissance in gaming that I don't think we have seen in a long time.
Honestly, I'd have to disagree with you.
Really?
On one hand, now is a great time to be an indie developer, but when has it not been?
That's fair.
What year have we had in the last since gaming?
Uh-huh.
Like since PC gaming started, have we not had the indie game of the year?
You know what?
Two indie games of the year.
I
The
do
setup.
agree. I meant I think I'm thinking about it differently than you. I'm not saying it's ever a bad year. What I'm saying is it's a better year than it would have been. Because most people, like most average people, like who just want the next Call of Duty, well, Call of Duty's shit, and I'm pretty sure everyone else is seeing that, considering how poorly it's sold and everything like that. I mean, Hogwarts
True, but-
Legacy was the best-selling game last year. But
Yeah.
with all these game companies really sitting on their asses, really making shit that everyone knows is shit, they're looking out at other stuff to play. That's where indie games, in my opinion, are starting to get bigger and better.
As someone who's been in the tech support side of things for quite a while, and of course a gamer myself, I have actually seen development operations in progress. So granted, this wasn't game development; this was a business application, but it was still the same basic elements. You had your different teams that worked on different things, and my observation, having seen the development or process in the works, is having a larger team does not equate to having a better team, and that's something I think AAA gaming is learning very hard right now.
Like, what is it? Larian Studios. I looked into this and how they actually developed Baldur's Gate, and it's fucking brilliant. It is honestly one of the most impressive things I've ever seen. So,
if I was to take a stab, their development team is probably between 50 to 75 people, a handful of management staff, and a marketing team.
actually, yes. But actually, I think it's more like 100 or so. So what happens is this. They have 3 separate companies working together. There is one in Europe, I think in like Poland type area. In that area, basically. There's one company there. There is one marketing company in Ireland. But after their last game, which was, I think, Divinity Original Sin? No, I'm thinking of something else. But basically, after their last game, they bought a Canadian gaming company. And this is the most genius thing I've ever seen, because they started development on Baldur's Gate 3 in the Poland company. They had the Irish company marketing it. But when the Poland company went to bed, they would send all of their data to the Canadian company. And while they went to bed, the Canadian company would work on it, and then they'd do the same by sending it right back. So no matter what time of day, it was always being worked on around the clock. No one needed to really, like, they didn't need to, like, rush out, and they didn't need to work super long hours. They literally handed it off to a company on the other side of the planet so it could work continuously without having people crunch super duper hard. And in my opinion, that is genius.
I would describe that or development style very, very similar to what I observed. It's what is known as agile development.
Ow. Because I am not a Pokemon. Also, ow. But yeah, they've, instead of making the problem harder, they thought about how to solve a problem. They decided to work smarter instead of harder, in my opinion. Ow.
Which is why I say a larger development staff does not necessarily mean better. Is as you can have, or like Blizzard is a great example.
Yeah.
They had literally hundreds in just QA.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily need that many staff.
No.
If you are using your staff properly, and that's something I think a lot of these big AAA companies have forgotten how to do. It's use your staff efficiently.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you can throw enough money at a game, eventually
They'll get made.
Yeah, and most of the time, for a while, AAA games were coming out with enough, like, enough good to be bought at
Yeah.
a number that they could pay. That's
Yeah.
where
Yep.
indie developers tended to, for a while there, indie developers were doing had an advantage, I suppose.
Yeah.
Which is that they didn't have a bottom line to fill, they didn't have any of that. They could work on games as much as they wanted,
Mhm.
and they had a pure creative vision.
Yeah.
You tell me that story about like the Polish and Canadian thing, and I must say, that is the most unified front I've ever heard of for a developer.
Uh-huh.
Because that very easily could have sidetracked into two to
So,
three teams
What happened
all
was...
wanting different things.
So what happened was is whatever the Poland side, the Poland people were in charge. You know, they made the deadline decisions basically. But for how they would work on the game developing it, they would give it to the Canadian team to actually help develop it while they're asleep. But any like massive changes to anything would have to go through the Poland division basically. So it's like the Poland's in charge, the Canadians are there as basically the backup group when they go to sleep, able to work on the game while they're asleep, and then when they woke up after heading up to the division, they could continue on the development cycle. They just had the Irish company doing all the marketing, the press, and everything like that.
Yeah, it's just
That will
that was
hire the
very
game
brilliant that
modders.
was on the same page, which is not a guaranteed thing with small development.
Yeah, that's not a guaranteed thing with small development, but the thing is the small developers, in my opinion, have to work smarter than harder to actually get their games developed. While all a AAA developer needs to do is really just throw money at it, and eventually they'll either hire enough people or eventually they'll just produce something, and because of name recognition alone, they'll get popular.
Yeah. That as well as oftentimes AAA has to have the bigger, the grander games.
Oh, yeah, the bigger, the grander games. Like, this is the biggest map ever, you know?
Yeah, thankfully we're moving away from that.
Yeah,
What we move into going forward will be interesting.
very much so. I think, honestly, we're headed back to single-player games being more popular than anything. Because if you look at everything that happened, other than Baldur's Gate, which was, like, multiplayer but co-op and everything like that, every single game that was nominated for Game of the Year last year was a single-player game. Except for, like, the whole, like, ongoing stuff. But even then, the one who won it was Cyberpunk, so that was a single-player game. So technically, yeah.
I mean, I think Cyberpunk really won because
They fixed the
basically
game.
They finally got the acknowledgement for pulling off a miracle that only Yoshi P had previously done.
Basically. They saved
Also,
a
White
dead
Pink and
game.
Nitro. I know you totally don't mean the dog next to me.
Oh, come on. We would love to pet Cheap. Come on, let's pet Cheap, Ray. Come on. Maybe pet the doggo.
Hey.
Pet the doggo.
Hey!
Maybe pet the doggo. Oh, fucking shit. Son of a bitch, Cheap. Why?
Yeah, notice how the imp gets a retaliation and the cat is immune from it for now.
You piece of shit. I feel like he's gonna go to your stream tomorrow.
Mine's coming later.
Yours is
mine's
definitely coming later.
Once I catch one of your streams, you don't know how many water
Sure.
balls I'm throwing at you.
You want to burn the cat? Fully agree. Fully agree. We should burn the cat.
No, don't burn the
Let's
cat.
burn the
The
cat.
cat doesn't like being...
No, we're gonna drown the cat.
No. We're
No,
gonna have a cat
do that
coat.
either.
We're gonna have a cat
No.
coat. Yeah,
No.
cat coat. I want a coat, Ray.
Nope.
Oh my gosh. But I think with this topic being beat to like a dead horse, I think we should go to another topic. Actually, I think this is actually the final topic.
Yeah, I'm just wondering why does every single person want to burn or drown the cat?
Because the cat must be drowned.
No.
What?
Listen, Ray, whenever
What
I
did-
stream, it's constantly getting shot at for me, so we all have our things. So I get stressed up.
Yeah.
You get drowned or burnt, I get shot at.
Oh,
Yeah.
and I also get bears thrown at me too, by the way.
Sure.
No.
God, freaking bears
So-
and me don't get along.
Question. Did you know that Matara-kun got stuck in an elevator?
Who?
I generally don't keep track of her activities. All
Well,
that much, but,
apparently she was stuck in an elevator recently.
Who is
that-
this?
It's a VTuber. She got stuck in an elevator.
Yeah, an ex Niji Sanji who got picked up by Vishojo as Matada Khan.
Yeah, and she got stuck in an elevator, apparently.
Yeah, I generally don't follow her because her design just does not appeal to me whatsoever.
That's fair.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just I don't want to follow that kind of motif.
Oh no, that's fair. I'm just saying she got stuck in an elevator because that was a big thing, apparently.
Yeah, that actually happened to a coworker of mine once. That was not a fun experience.
Well, she was stuck in there for I think a few hours. I'm like, okay. So my question to you is this: would you willingly be stuck in an elevator with your senpai, and who is that?
Oh my god, yes, I would.
Who would you be stuck in an elevator with?
Silver.
Okay.
I'll be honest, like, if I got stuck in an elevator with Silvervale, I would be in heaven. At least for a little while.
I think I'm cheating when I say...
If you say dragon, I will slap you.
I already sit on him with call for like several hours a day.
Damn it.
Difference.
Okay, so can you change your answer? Who else would you want to spin in that elevator
I
with?
don't know. I don't think of people like that.
Wait, like what?
Why I don't like the whole senpai thing, the kohai thing. I just don't get it.
Brandon the cat, I'll just eat him raw. Oh shit.
Well,
No!
yeah,
How about let's not eat the cat?
I don't know, you look
okay,
tasty.
For me personally, I would
Yes.
not find somebody very attractive if I do not know who they are.
Attracted? No, I'm not asking about attraction. I'm just asking who would you want to be stuck in an elevator with? Who do you think would be the funnest? What are you guys thinking? Wait, what are you guys thinking?
I would be thinking of a good opportunity to pick her brain on what puts into her content and what she's got to deal with off the clock that we don't see.
Do I misunderstand the idea of the fact like senpai is like the fucking like attraction?
Senpai in Japanese terms, it just means like superior or elder type thing.
But in like common parlance.
In common.
10 years ago. Am I the one with the boomer slang?
The trope you're thinking about is one that it's a meme that is often used, but but in reality, senpai basically means senior.
Yeah.
I see.
So everyone just makes a trope. It's because usually in anime the girl likes their senpai, and that's why.
I see.
I wasn't meaning that who would you be crushing on if you were stuck in an elevator, because that implies some decent things go on there.
I don't know.
That's not what I would ask.
Shit you send me during Try Not to Laugh.
Okay, the thing is, the try not to laugh shit, I'm trying to make everyone laugh. Here, I'm just asking general questions, and I would never ask one of those questions.
Blame me.
I will not blame you. I will blame you. It's all your fault.
What you mean is just somebody fun to like be stuck in an elevator with?
Basically, who would you want to be like stuck in an elevator with for like an extended period of time? Let's say like 8 hours. You're stuck in there for 8 hours.
8 hours.
Yes.
One of my friends like Ortel or something.
Alright.
You.
Oh, yay.
Like.
Also, they give it a Sorry.
I don't know. I don't know. Again, it's very much a thing of just who do I know? Because parasociality is dumb.
That's fair.
I also responded to chat real quick. Meet me in Ratsadhan, and my scythe will have something to say about that, Nitro.
Oh my gosh, she's threatening my chat. Stop threatening chat. I will stab you.
Hey, Nitro's the one threatening to eat my left ear.
And you will let him through.
Okay.
Oh, okay. But no. Out of all that, who would you want to be stuck in an elevator with, a Ray?
Silvervale. Like no cap, Silvervale. What?
Don't you think I know what you're planning?
To ask her what she's got to do with off the clock, how she got her sponsorships and all that, and what she did early on to help get her where she is today? What do you think?
I know you. You're going to horny jail. You're gonna get bonked.
Insane.
I am insane. The pickles are screaming.
Why do you have pickles in your brain?
I see them, Ray. They are calling to me.
Quick, lock the door. Don't let it back in. Oh god. Why? Ow! Why? No!
God, I think I have lost my mind. I've been doing this for too long.
Well, if
Oh
you're
gosh.
seeing pickles and they're talking to you and telling you to do mean things, you might need to see somebody about that.
No, I am perfectly sane. The chipmunks tell me so. Oh gosh, I really have lost it, haven't I? Oh well. So now the question falls
Nitro, yeah, Nitro, that's no threat. That is just saying if you want to eat this said ear, you're gonna have to earn it.
I'm back again.
You missed it. I went insane for a second.
What?
Yeah.
The pickles were talking to me.
Don't listen to the damn pickles.
Damn.
They're not Pickle Rick.
They are Pickle Rick. Why is everyone trying to eat? Okay, why did my chat just become utterly cannibalistic real quick?
Like my question is why are they wanting to eat cats? Like, Sai, do you have something to do with this?
No. Oh wait, I never asked the question. Who would I want to be stuck in the elevator with?
Yeah, you need to answer it.
I honestly... What? Zentrea.
Or a dragon cyborg?
Yes.
I don't know. Aren't they the one with the text to speech?
Yes.
Yep. Well,
They're just
one
funny.
of the few I know of that do that.
So, if I'm not mistaken, that would either be 8 hours of silence or 8 hours of, like, you'd have to make sure they have a text-to-speech device.
No, I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're an actual person on 8. I just think they're fun.
I know, but, like, if they want to talk to you,
I mean, they
if
could
they
just...
don't want to use their actual voice.
That's fair.
I mean, figuring out that if you're on the elevator with them would be the first miracle.
No, I mean, honestly, that's fair. That is fair. Figuring out you are actually what that would be the go-to thing to be like, oh yeah, that makes sense now.
It was like with Zentrea, you would not be able to recognize the voice because you've never actually heard it.
That's fair, but
like,
you know, I just think being stuck in an elevator with that type of personality would be fun. You know, it'd definitely be fun.
You know, I just thought of something.
What?
What's that?
Zentrea did do a cover of "Stay at Your House." I don't think that was done through a text-to-speech synthesizer.
Oh, I don't know then. I didn't see that cover. I'm gonna be honest.
I'll link it to you. It's on YouTube. I'll link it to you.
Okay, thank you. But no, I don't. Ow! Son of a bitch.
I suppose that's why I answer, like, that's the answer to my thing, though, is it's like, the awkwardness of meeting new people is only compounded when you're stuck there.
That's fair. Like, to me,
But
I
if you're
don't know.
stuck there, I mean, you got a lot to bond over because you're in the same experience and you're going to be there anyway. So
That's fair.
That's true.
I think the elevator is the best place to meet people. Just stuck there. I don't know. Okay, now I've gone crazy. I have gone crazy. What the hell is wrong with me?
I disagree. Excuse me?
you are definitely talking to the pickles at that point.
Yeah, the pickles. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know honestly.
Listen, you know what? Why
Oh,
did you ever meet every escape route is possible? Every door is unlocked.
Every
Leave
door
whenever
is-
you like.
Leave whatever you like. Man, you and me both. We've gone insane. That's okay though. But honestly, I don't have anything else to talk about this topic. Do you guys got any? Oh wait, do you guys have any other topics? You guys, anything been eating at you guys?
Nothing to mention on this show.
Really? Alright.
The only thing I had, I think I mentioned earlier in the whole Capcom and mod thing.
Oh, well, I guess with that, we'll call it a night. But we're gonna go raid someone. Let's raid Pixelkin. She's playing...
Yeah!
She's playing Power World.
Yeah! Let's go!
It's all circling back.
It's all coming together.
At least it circled back at the very end. Like
Oh my gosh, that was great. It circles back to the beginning. You know what? Thank you guys so much for joining. This was an amazing episode of Hot Takes. I will see you guys next week with a few other streams. I will probably doing another Just Chat / Try Not to Laugh chat next week as well.
Yep, Nitro is raging at this very moment.
I'll take care of the footnotes. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for joining. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah.
We're still here.
Wait, what? Did the thing not... Oh, come on. Are you kidding? Son of a bitch. The one time I wish it worked. Son of a... Fuck it.
There we go.
There we go. Holy...
See, like,